He spelled Harvard wrong.
Yeah, it's HRVERD. But he's doing it on purpose.
Oh, HARVERD.
Yeah.
Like what was that guy in that movie? No Regrets. No Regrets.
No,
with what was it? With fucking Jennifer Aniston.
It's the one where they're trying to cross the border
Ant-Man is
with
in
a
that
shit.
Is that Ant-Man? No, it just looks like Ant-Man.
It was
that's the guy
Jason
from The
Bateman.
Office.
No, it was Jason Bateman.
That's Bateman?
That's Jason Bateman.
That's
right?
not Bateman in that motherfucker.
I swear that's Jason Bateman.
That's the guy from The Office. No?
No, that's Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman is not.
No, it's not Jason. Wait, no, it is Jason Bateman.
What?
Hold on, I gotta see.
Nah,
this.
you're tripping.
What's the name of that movie?
I don't even know that. Just put No Regrets, Jennifer Aniston.
Oh fuck! It's first I put No Regrets.
I think R-E. Yeah. How did they spell it wrong?
RAGRETS.
Yeah, No Regrets.
Are switched.
Jennifer Aniston, and I'm sure you'll find what movie that is.
Like get him to the border. It's not Paul Rudd.
It's not Paul Rudd, eh? Fuck.
Nah, it's not Paul Rudd for sure. Paul Rudd has higher standards than it. We're the Millers.
We're the Millers, yo. That's a fucking good movie.
That movie was funny.
I'm gonna just put that out there.
It was a funny movie.
That's a good movie.
All right, let me get his name. Oh my god, why the fuck is the whole fucking script on the fucking?
It's
internet?
my dude from Thing. I promise.
Jason Sudeikis.
That's the dude from The Office.
Nah, Jason Sudeikis was not on The Office. It was Was it Jason Sudeikis? Actually, you might be right.
Yo, fam, I
love The Office. Oh yeah. He was in The Office still.
Yo, fucking point, game, set.
Nah, match. He wasn't in The Office.
That guy wasn't in the.
He wasn't in The Office. He's the other guy that played Bernard. It wasn't Bernard. Fuck. I love this show. I don't forget his name.
I don't really
Andy
know.
Bernard.
I don't really know like the names in The Office. I'm not gonna lie.
I love The Office.
But
yeah, he was never in The Office.
But do they look alike? Like I'm not looking at your screen right now.
Not really.
Let me see. You have it loaded up. Pause.
Like I have his face.
Yeah, that don't really look like that.
Let me get his name out.
It gives you the vibes, but I know what you mean. It don't really look like
Bernard.
him. It don't really look like him. You're right.
They look like white people, typical white people type of look.
It's the Hollywood white look.
His name is what's his real name? Ed Helms.
Ed Helms.
Yeah, see, that's how he looks.
So
they kind of look alike.
You get it though. You see what I'm saying?
That's Ed Helms and
they look like twins.
Like that's him. Like he just has a beard.
Ed Helms and Jason Sudeikis look the goddamn same. And I think that's our takeaway.
You know that thing about how
in all of this,
people in your race, we can differentiate black people better than we can differentiate white people, and white people can differentiate white people better.
White people can differentiate dog breeds, but they can't differentiate black people. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah,
that shows. That makes sense. That's familiarity, right? Like when you're familiar with your surroundings.
Yeah. Still can't pick out your house, but yeah.
But yo, let motherfucking start this motherfucking show. God damn. That's not it. Here's the real one. I guess we're ready to go. Man. I guess we're ready to go. Mic check. Mic check.
Hello.
You ready
Head
to know what
to
it
the
is?
mother effing low.
You already know what it is, guys. This is True North Views Podcast.
TNV, TNV for short.
This is E21, no?
It is.
Episode 21. Yeah, we out here.
I want to get one of those TNV. You are now listening to TNV.
We're definitely going to have to make that. And change it to a robotic voice. Obviously, we're talking about our soundboard for those that aren't aware. The soundboard is definitely up and running. But before all that shit, man, let's tell them who the fuck we are.
Who are we?
Welcome, guys, to another episode of the True North Views Podcast.
Yep.
It's your go-to podcast to start your week. It's your favorite podcast. It's your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
You ain't lying.
Toronto's unofficial podcast.
We are the kings of dope criticism, the Pharaohs of Prolific Opinion, the emperors of elevated thought.
Let's get it. It's your boy Harris here.
I go by the name JustShola.
And as usual, we're giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians on what's really buzzing, what people are talking about, and most importantly, what people are not talking enough.
We ain't hearing enough about.
Interesting week.
Before we start,
before we start, you're fucking right. I'm actually not fucking around with everyone. I legitimately forget to do this every single time. So I'm glad you always remember.
I write it. I just know I put it somewhere I can always remember.
I'm glad you always remind me. Let's plug the socials real quick. So guys, you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at True North Views. That's all one word. TrueNorthViews. Otherwise, feel free to search us up on your favorite podcast platform of choice. We are very prominent on SoundCloud. We are very prominent on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. Just search True North Views Podcast. You will definitely find us. And if you don't use any of those platforms, well, you can still Google us. And you can still find us on other platforms like Player FM, like Podbean. Anyway. Like we can just keep going on and on. We've done and on. Go listen to episode 12. We listed them all. Is it episode 12? I made that up. Just go back. Check the archives. The archives. We've definitely have listed all the platforms that we are on. So go check that out. As usual, spread that word. We're trying the social experiment. If you, as one individual, have one responsibility.
One thing.
And you're one responsible two.
You got one job.
One A and one B. You got one job. It has two components to it. The first component is you tell 6 people. Right? 1, 2, you tell 3, 6 4, 5, and let's be inclusive with gender. So I know in Toronto we say mans. I'm not gonna do that. Tell 6 persons. So you tell 6 persons about this podcast. And you say, hey, this is the second component of it. The second component is you say, hey, person 1, you just got to tell 6 more people.
All right.
And they wash, and they rinse, and they repeat, and they recycle. The social experiment, let's see how successful we can get with that. Nonetheless, shout out to everyone. Shout out to our Spotify listeners.
Ooh, shout
out to our SoundCloud listeners.
Give them a round of applause.
Shout out to our Apple Podcast listeners.
Thank y'all. Man.
Shout out to the YouTube viewers. Low key, I see you guys putting in a couple views on the YouTube.
Yo, we seen that.
So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the return listeners. Shout out to all the new listeners. If you've been recommended us by one of your friends, shout out to you.
Yo, let us know. Add us on Twitter or Instagram. Let us know who recommended you. We'll give them a shout out too.
It's one of those refer a friend type of shit.
All you gotta do is listen to us.
That's it.
You don't gotta sign up for no bullshit.
That's it. So again, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you guys rocking with us.
Respect y'all.
And hopefully we can put together some good shit for you guys moving forward, week over week over week. And hopefully you guys enjoy it, man. That's all we can ask for at the end of the day.
See.
Am I done plugging the socials?
Yes, you are.
I am. So now I can say it's a very interesting week.
It's been
and the reason why I'm gonna say it's an interesting week this time around.
So say that every week, but
I do say that every week. The reason why I'm gonna say it's an interesting week is because everything happened in the last 10 hours up to us recording.
Yeah, we were like short on topics at one point.
Yeah, we were very short on topics 90% throughout our week. And then the final 10% of our week, bang. We out.
Remember Wayne Brothers? Bang.
Oh yeah, with fucking pops.
Yeah, bang.
Pop, bang. Yo, we need that. Yo, can I add that to the list, yo? Motherfucking sound bites. Oh shit, where the fuck is my
It was on the last episode's notes.
Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna add it on this one. So we're gonna add pops, bang.
When you said bang,
bang, soundbite.
That's one of my favorite. Like anytime he says it when I'm watching that show, I would die for like a good minute.
We're doing this real time with y'all, man. We're doing this real time.
Yo, we're learning with y'all.
I have like one little mini fucking pause to do.
One little mini pause.
Little mini pause to do before we even start anything, man.
Bang.
So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this real quick, and I didn't even tell you about this. Let's go.
Hey,
let's go.
Yo, that's a heck. Woo.
For those that don't know, Shola's motherfucking birthday.
Jeez, oh shit's trying to tell me.
Shola's motherfucking birthday. You already know what it is, man. Everyone wish JustShola, a motherfucking happy birthday, man.
Thank you, my birthday.
Celebrating. Drop a motherfucking TMV bomb on that motherfucker. Drop a TMV bomb on that motherfucker. Air horn that shit.
Let's get it.
Air horn that shit, man.
Let's get it.
Salute, man.
I respect that love.
Salute.
I respect that love.
That's it, man. That's really all I had. I didn't prepare a speech. I didn't prepare. I don't have nothing to say about our moments. I have nothing to say about our high school upbringing. I just want to say happy birthday, man. So
respect.
For the listeners that aren't aware, the boy JustShola
that's me.
Celebrated his birthday over the weekend.
That's me.
Does Friday count as a weekend?
It does.
It does. Celebrated his birthday over the weekend.
It does.
So salute to that, man.
Straight to the club, we're doing popping bottles all day, all night.
Popping the Ace of Spades?
Hell yeah.
Hell
Ace
no, because we're lying.
And Ciroc. I lied.
We are motherfucking lying.
Old
we are definitely lying. We stayed in and fucking pause. We stayed in and fucking ate food and played video games.
Pretty much.
So salute.
It was good enough, fun enough, well enough.
Yeah. Now let's get into the shits.
Music potpourri?
Music potpourri first, man. So sometimes we don't want to do music potpourri first, but we oftentimes like to do music potpourri first.
Music gets your juices flowing.
That's it. Juice pause. Yeah. Gets your juices flowing. That's killing me. Let's start, of course, with Drake and Meek. Definitely want to touch on that first, obviously, because Drake is from Toronto.
T.6.
So let's talk about that real quick. So Drake and Meek perform on stage together. It was in
Atlanta, right? New York. Was it in New York?
It wasn't in the Made in America?
No, it was one of Drake's tours.
Okay.
And it was not in Philly because I made sure. I was like, how the hell do you not bring the man out in his own city?
That would have been crazy.
Like, you bring one, it was either Atlanta or New York. I can't remember.
It's a good look.
Washington, who knows?
It's a good look. I mean, fuck it. Who cares where it was?
Yeah.
It's a great look, I think. And I think we already knew Drake and Meek had no problem.
Yeah, it was like a one-time beef thing. And then
we knew it was a one-time beef, like you said. We knew it wasn't going anywhere. On top of that, Drake did his whole, free Meek type of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
When Meek was going through his thing.
So we knew that was a troll, though.
You thought it was a troll?
I thought it was a troll.
Really?
I thought it was a troll.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
They're even beefing someone, and the person goes to jail, like, let me just wear a free this person's shirt. It's like, everyone's like, yo.
I get it.
You can see the troll in that. Maybe it wasn't, who knows?
That's an interesting take.
But I thought it was a troll.
I thought it was, I obviously thought it was just,
him being
real in terms of him just saying, yo, like, our beef moment in history, the time has passed.
It really has. That was like, what,
we're
2014, 2013?
Yeah, roughly around there. So it's like, you know what, that beef is dead. Free Meek, obviously he's facing.
Won.
Yeah, Drake did win, big time. But Meek didn't lose.
Question.
Meek didn't lose.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't. I mean,
he lost the beef.
You know what I'm saying? Drake won, but Meek didn't lose.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Meek took an L just for that, but that's it.
That sense,
he didn't take an L in his career.
He lost the battle. Nobody.
They
didn't go to war. They didn't go to war.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it that way. Meek and Drake did not go to war, but the battle that they had, Drake had won.
So I'm about to jump ahead. Just a quick question.
Go ahead.
MGK, Eminem. I know we're gonna talk about this later, but is that a war? Or is that a battle?
That's definitely a battle.
But now there's like 2 diss tracks out there.
I would still say it's a battle. I wouldn't say it's a war, but I would say it has a potential for war if MGK continues to talk about his daughter.
Yeah. I was gonna say shit like that, but anyway,
we'll get to that later. So let's.
I just wanted to see what's the difference in a battle. So Jay-Z, Nas, that was a war.
That was a war
because it went more than just one song each.
That was a motherfucking war.
Okay.
And
Eminem, Ja Rule, that was a war.
I don't even know what people talk about with that shit. Eminem did not finish Ja's career.
He didn't finish Ja's career, but he won the battle.
Whatever. My question is, because now you're talking about all this beef, this kind of supplements the question that I want to ask.
I really prefer chicken because my dogs actually eat less red meat.
I'm trying to go vegetarian.
Good luck with that.
I'm not. I'm lying. I'm definitely lying. But I'm definitely trying to eat meat less, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Yo, cut the red meat. It's not good for your heart.
Cut the red meat and cut the fucking dairy.
Yeah, I don't.
Shout out to Miko Grimes for opening my eyes on that one, man. Cut the dairy because the dairy is just as bad as the motherfucking red meat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They just don't tell you just because it looks nicer.
I can't believe I'm drinking almond milk. I never thought I'd see the day I'm drinking almond milk.
Who said that line again?
J. Cole, man. That's the wave I'm on right now. But the question I want to ask, can all beefs be rectified? And I say that both from a hip-hop perspective and a life perspective.
Depends how far you go into beef. Like, if you keep it strictly hip-hop, strictly rap, strictly career-wise, then yeah, it can be rectified. If you're getting personal with that shit, then you're crossing the lines of, all right, this is more than just music. This is now...
Okay. So you said there's some sort of line, right? Yeah. Now, I would say we pretty much know what's beyond that line. Yeah. Like the super obvious shit. Yeah. Right? But what is that line?
Personal, you know what I'm saying? Once you get over, like, oh, you don't make your own rap. Like, all right, that's rap. That still keeps it in rap.
Right. You don't write your own bars. Yeah, that still keeps it in rap. You're whack. Your song is trash. Your album's trash.
Your daughter, your child, your mom. That's when you're crossing the bar. Your fiance, your child. Like, nah,
so once it's outside of rap, then it becomes... So then would you say it's no longer able to be rectified in that situation once it goes personal?
I won't say...
Or can it still be rectified?
I won't say rectified. I'll just say... it will never be the same again. And that's coming personally. Okay. Like, if you come at me personally on a personal level, it's done. Like, even if we do squash the beef, I would never look at you the same.
Right. I get what you mean. But I guess that still does satisfy the question, though.
Do you think it could be rectified?
I think most beefs can be rectified. And I say that because people act a certain way when they're angry.
Yeah,
right. People act a certain way when they're bothered, when they're angry, when they're not in the right sort of state of mind. Let's talk the Drake Meek shit as an example. I know that was mostly rap.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Next one was Pusha Drake. Would you think that can be rectified?
Absolutely.
I don't think so. I think it's gone to a point, especially with the outing of his son. Like, I feel like it got to a point where it's like this went way further than.
But I would say yes and no, because it's like it went beyond rap. You're absolutely right in that it went beyond rap. But did it really do anything to Drake? That you know what I'm saying? Like, you could on one end you can say, you know what, it fucked up his Adidas bag.
Okay.
On the other end, you'll say, well, since then Drake been fuck Adidas and he been saying checks over stripes, and now Nike, I'm sure, is all over that motherfucker. That's what we like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Nike's gonna throw the bag at him again.
Oh yeah, he probably did.
Already did. So now it's like, okay, when it happened at the time, you can be like, oh fuck, he outed his son, he fucked up his bag. You're not forgiving this. There's no way you can forgive this. But then after the fact, it's like, you know what? Nobody sees me as a scumbag. Yes, I have a son. I was gonna reveal him anyway. The public perception of me has not changed. My money really hasn't changed because now I'm getting paid by Nike. Am I really that bothered by what Pusha said 3 months ago?
So next year's Grammys...
maybe not anymore.
Next year's Grammys, Pusha's going to walk by Drake and be like, yo, what up, dab him up? You think it can never get to that point again? That's what I mean.
Like, well, I don't think it has to be that, though, right? Because the beef being rectified, to me, it doesn't mean dapping a man up.
No,
but what it does mean to me is you're in the same room as them, and you're not trying to Cardi Nicki yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to toss shoes and be like, "Yo, what up? I'm here."
Can Cardi Nicki be rectified?
That's a good question. That's a great question. God damn. I don't know. I don't know if Nicki Cardi can be rectified. Because they're both on some super petty shit.
That's the thing. Like, they're on a
right.
It's more than just.
They're both on some super petty shit. So I think I want to say it could be rectified when they grow up, but they're adults.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I still think it can be rectified, though.
Well, in that case, you think every beef can be rectified?
I think almost every beef can be rectified.
So where's that line for you? Where's the line where it's like I can never?
I think physical harm.
Okay, yeah, that's huge.
I think I was gonna say something, but then I would even say, maybe not. I was gonna say if you try to get me jumped, let's say we're both rappers, you try to get me jumped.
Try to rust me?
You try to rust me. Pause. I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure throughout time we can look back and be like, yeah, that was some dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think if you can look back, I think that's probably the perfect way to put it. If you can look back and say, yo, that was some dumb shit,
then
I think you can rectify it.
Okay, yeah.
But I think if you look back and say, you know what, that truly was fucked up, then it's like I can understand if you would not want to squash that beef that you have with that person.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, as adults, as people that have so many more things going on in your life other than this one other individual that you have beef with, that alone should be the reason why you should be able to squash any beef.
Yeah,
in my opinion, right? So I mean, I don't know, like I don't know what else to really say about that. To be honest with you, I just you know what I'm saying, like. Shout out to Drake and Meek.
That's all up to you, I guess. So that Crosmore is all up to the person.
Yeah, I guess so.
One of the people in the back.
I guess so. All up to the person. But I think the people that have a little bit more mature of a mental,
they'll be able to get over it quicker.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to get over a lot more shit than other people will.
All
right.
No
so
problem there.
Salute to Drake. Salute to Meek. What do you think? Who do you think is gonna appear on whose album first?
Meek's album was probably gonna come on next, with Drake's gonna appear on Meek's album.
Yo, fam. There's gonna be a Drake. Oh, first of all, shout out to Stag. We're drinking the Stag right now, so you're gonna hear us slurping
Stag lager.
You're gonna hear us with the. That's a great point. Yo, Drake is gonna be. I'm putting out a hot prediction right now. Drake is going to be on the feature for the third song on Meek's album.
Nah, it won't be
third. That comes out in November. You heard it here first. This is a wildly bold prediction. I know I will be right. So when I am right, let's refer to this. This is probably going on Instagram too. So it's going to be there. It's going to be there for everyone to see. So. Track number 3.
That's a bold prediction.
Drake is on the feature.
That is a bold prediction.
Yeah, track 3 is a bold prediction. Fuck.
I don't think it'll be track. That's way too high for you.
That is a track 7 thing.
Exactly. That's I'm gonna be between like 7 to 10.
I put the energy out there. That's my
keep
story.
That energy. I'm sticking to it. Keep that same energy.
I'm motherfucking sticking to it, man. Where do we want to go next with this? First of all, do you have any final words about Drake and Meek?
Nah, good for the culture, good for the music. Let's get some beef. Let's get some Drake Meek tracks out here. You know what I'm saying? Some few club bangers.
I'm ready for a few more Ricos.
Yo, that's exactly what I've been singing in my head.
I'm definitely ready I'm definitely ready for a few more Ricos, man. But let's move off this Drake and Meek shit. White people have had 3 successful weeks in hip hop.
Yo, white people wilding.
3 weeks in a row. Successful.
The white people are wilding.
Let's give them a round of applause, man. Because to have 3 fucking hot weeks in a row
in rap.
Drop a motherfucking TMV bomb on white people real quick.
Yeah, TMV bomb. Y'all heard it here first. You drop that TMV bomb.
You already know what it is, man.
Yo, white people, I don't know what to. So
a lot of shit going on. Obviously, let's talk first about Eminem responding to Machine Gun Kelly
track called "Kill Shot."
Kill Shot. Every time I see that title, I just think about like Call of Duty for some reason. I guess that was the point of it. But
did you like the track?
It was cool. Okay. It was whatever.
That's how I felt.
The timeline has very mixed opinions about it. And I kind of agree with everything the timeline is saying.
What's the timeline saying?
The timeline is basically saying one of a few things. It's like, okay, some people are saying it's trash. Okay. Some people are saying it's good.
Okay.
Most people are saying it's all right. It's cool.
All right.
I like it. It's not hot, but it's not trash.
Okay.
I'm in that area.
That's where I am too.
Right? But I think the people that are saying it's trash is because they're holding themselves up to Eminem's standard.
What's Eminem's standard though?
Bars. Lyricism.
He had a few bars in there.
I'm saying in general. I'm saying Eminem's not standard. Let me rephrase that. Eminem's legacy.
Okay, yeah. You're not gonna get this, and this is not written in 6 months. This was written in
a week or 2 weeks, maybe a day or two, right?
Yeah. Like,
also, there's not much to say about Machine Gun Kelly. Like, what do you really know about him?
Just in front of him being skinny.
So, the timeline says it's cool, but because of Eminem's pedigree, you expect more.
Okay, I can see that. It's not. That's why I say it wasn't trash.
That's my point. It's not trash.
So, but here's the thing: if this song came from, let's say, G-Eazy, this would have been, yo, it is fire, right?
From G, yeah, it would.
Like, I'm just trying to like.
It would have been. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been
because the standards, right? Like, we should hold Eminem to a higher standard when it comes to lyricism and
very true
music in general. We went to a so much higher standard than G-Eazy.
That's a fact.
I say G-Eazy's trash, but he is not Eminem.
He's not Eminem.
Exactly.
He's not great. He's not good.
He's not GOAT level.
He's aight.
He's not GOAT status.
Eminem threw some shots at Diddy.
See, I thought he did, and then at the end, I felt like that last line cleared it up.
It cleared it up.
That's how I felt.
It cleared it up, but still, it was like...
I don't think it was that serious. Like, that's something I would have laughed at. Because when he said... Are you going to say the line?
I mean, I don't know the line off the top of the head.
He said something about...
something like he killed Biggie.
Yeah, that's when he got Biggie shot or something.
Some shit like that. I mean, that kind of...
Oh, no, he got Pac... No, Biggie. No, he got Pac shot.
Someone shot.
And then at the end, he's like, oh, I love Diddy. I'm just joking.
I didn't deep dive the lyrics. I'm not going to lie.
I did, because I rap genius that part of the song.
True. To me, that's not cool though, man. Like let the dead rest.
No, I see what you're saying.
It wasn't needed.
It wasn't needed.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, it was not needed.
It was not needed. I know there was one artist that took exception to that, and we will get to that very shortly. But it just wasn't needed. That's the way I feel about it. Like, even if you joke about it in the end, it's like if I hit you and be like, haha, just joking, you still got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it still wasn't right for me to hit you. So it's like, yeah, I'm just joking. Don't really mean much.
Yeah. Right? You could not put that line in there. There was a few things I do want to say about the song I liked.
Go ahead.
There was one part where he said, the game is mine again and ain't nothing changed but the locks. And then he goes, next line goes, so before I slay this bitch, moi give Jade a kiss. Give Jade a kiss.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's smart because Jade, he put, like, Jade is a person's name. I don't know who Jade is. Let me see what Rap Genius said. But it's like Jade a kiss.
Yeah, no, that was a good bar. I like that. When
I was like, that's a
Jade
fun,
a kiss. I was like, who's Jay?
I don't know who Jade was, but I like the line.
Is he talking about Hove? Is he talking about some person named Jade?
That's what I thought it was Jade.
I have no fucking clue.
But I just thought that was,
you know what?
That's an Eminem line right there. Like he would use wordplay with locks and.
That's the thing. It's like, you know what? He knows what he's doing. Locks.
Yeah.
Jade a kiss, J a kiss, Jade a kiss, Jada kiss.
Like, he rhymes more
than
just like
a lot of shit going on.
Like met. He does more than that.
That's G-Eazy. There's no limit. I'm a fucking soldier. That's the only line I know from G-Eazy.
And then one last line was the last two lines of the song. He says, "Don't mean you are, and you're not about it. So just leave my dick in your mouth and keep my daughter's name about it. Like, you fucking." And then if you look at his rhyme patterns, he goes technically, and he goes, oh, he doesn't say the last word, but his rhyme patterns would have been a maggot with an F. Yeah. If you listen to it properly, he's like,
I'll give him that.
Yeah, you gotta listen to it in line. I'm not doing it any justice. You gotta listen to it with his flow and something. He says,
no, I remember the bars
about it. Leave my daughter out of it.
That low key, that bar confused me where he said, "Leave my daughter out of it." Like. Put my what did he say? Put my dick in
just leave my dick in your mouth and keep my daughter out of it.
That threw me off. Put my dick in your mouth and keep my daughter out of it.
Like, out of your mouth. But
I pictured it like keep your dick out of my daughter. Like, I was like, what? Yeah, like, what?
It's Eminem for you, bro.
Like, what?
That's why I thought it was better than people are giving it credit for. He does use a lot of his rhyme patterns, but those are only two lines I really give him credit for.
He could have done a harder beat though.
Yeah, the beat was whatever.
The beat definitely could have been harder.
But I called it, like Mr. Porter said last week.
What did you call?
Who's Mr. Porter? I said Eminem's working on it. Who's Mr. Porter?
Who the fuck is Mr. Porter?
I see he was one of the D12 members.
Oh.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Why does he matter? Like, I just want to give context to what I'm saying.
Okay.
He said Eminem was working on a diss track, and everyone thought it was lies.
And I guess it was true.
Yeah.
I guess it was true. Let's talk very quickly about the these fucking 13-minute
why are there 4
segments?
I thought it was only 2 parts. I was gonna watch it, and I seen part 4 the other day. I'm like, all right, I'm not watching this shit. Like,
so context, of course, for the listeners, we're talking about the Eminem series of interviews with Sway, from Sway in the Morning.
You don't have the answers, Sway. You don't have the answers.
That person confused me. It confused me first of all. Like, the layout confused me. I have a super hot take.
Okay,
I have a hot take. Eminem post album release. So he did his numbers already, right? He did great numbers.
He did good. He did white person numbers.
think about everything that Nicki Minaj has done since her album has come out to keep her name relevant. And low key, obviously Nicki's always going to be a relevant name, at least for a while. But low key, the discussion about her album has been somewhat relevant for, we're going on 4 weeks now, right? So she has successfully kept her name relevant in the hip hop world. I feel like Eminem's doing the same thing.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So you come out with interviews in segments, and these interviews are fucking 10-minute segments at a time, 15-minute segments at a time. The last 5 years at least, we're used to interviews being an hour straight.
Exactly, we're not used to
this. Thanks to Breakfast Club,
20-minute.
Thanks to Joe Budden Pull Up. Obviously, that's more recent. Just due to
everyday struggle. I don't watch it, but I know it's an hour long or something.
Even just podcasts in general. Yeah, right? If they have a guest on there, it's open discussion for an hour plus,
an hour and a half. Who knows?
So why are we going back to this segmented shit?
Because Eminem lives in.
That's the only thing that's confusing.
Not relevant. Like, he hasn't been in this spot. He doesn't know what people do anymore.
It's true. I mean, I guess, but
I don't know. I didn't watch this, so I don't know what he said in any of them.
Why didn't you watch them?
Because, to be honest, I don't really care what Eminem has to say.
It's true. Honestly, I tried to watch them.
I really did want to watch it, but like no one was talking about it.
I wanted to see what he was addressing. Because again, like you said, I mean, people are talking about the fact that he did an interview, but nobody's really talking about the details of the interview. So I thought, obviously, we like to cover shit that's not really buzzing. I know. So let me, do this research, obviously, for the podcast. I did not want to sit there and listen to Eminem talk. I couldn't get through the fourth one.
So you listened to 3 of them?
Yes.
Yo, I salute you for that. I think I went
I did.
I won't even lie. I think I went like a few minutes into the first one. I was like, Eminem bores me.
To me, it just wasn't entertaining.
Exactly.
He wasn't really saying much either. To me, it sounded like he was a little bit out of touch as well, and a little bit too protective of his side of the story.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense.
I don't hear anyone that is admitting to... I'm not saying he's done wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's like we always say, there's 3 sides to every story.
Yep.
Your side, my side, and the truth. So, obviously I'm referring this back to Em and Joe Budden. I've heard Budden's side.
Yep.
I've heard Eminem's side.
But
the difference between the 2 sides that I'm hearing is that I hear when Joe Budden says, "Oh man, yeah, I really did fuck up there. Oh man, yeah, I really, I could have done that, or I should have done this. I should have." There is telling your side of things as well as admitting to some faults.
Yeah, you got to admit to your faults.
With Eminem, it's just like, oh man, and maybe and we were doing this, and I was pushing them, and I maybe it just wasn't in the way that they wanted, but I was pushing them, like.
Yeah, like you wanted to hear something that he said, like more like, maybe I could have given them more effort.
Yeah,
maybe I could have given them more attention. Something that at least admits that he's taking some ownership in the fact that...
It doesn't sound like to me like he's taking ownership of really anything. Even with the Tyler shit. So that's one thing that stood out to me. So he spoke about the lyric directed towards Tyler the Creator, obviously, which is, the word maggot, where you substitute that first letter for an F. And what he was saying was that he was like, oh man, I was confused because like Tyler's a great guy, and I love his energy, and I'm confused as to where his critique of the album came from. And then Earl Sweatshirt was saying, people that listen to Eminem, drink too much Mountain Dew. Shout out to Earl Sweatshirt on that one. Funny and then and it was weird to me because like. These guys were cool. These guys were rocking with me all the time. So I was like wondering. That's my Eminem accent, by the way. I think I'm hitting it.
You are not, but I was just gonna let you rock.
In my opinion, I'm hitting it. So that's why I kept going.
You're not hitting it at all.
It's cool, but it was weird to me because I don't know where they're coming from with this. So basically, he's not. And what really bothered me about the Tyler comment was he said, with respect to the words used towards Tyler, he said, almost in quotes, I may have gone too far.
I think he did. Did Tyler ever respond to?
I'm not sure.
Shout out to Tyler for not responding.
I'm not sure.
Be the bigger person.
It's not that you may have gone too far.
I think he did.
It's that you did go too far, right? He's like, oh, I may have gone too far because I realized, in trying to hurt someone, I hurt a lot of other people. And I feel like that's the most accountability that he took throughout the entire interview. The entire 4 parts of the interview at this point is him saying, I may have gone too far because in trying to hurt one person, I hurt a bunch of people. And that's the most accountability that he's taken in general, right? So for me, I put it this way. Sway in the morning is on what network? Shade 45.
Who owns
Eminem's network? So we were very aware as to why Eminem is being interviewed by Sway.
Yeah, of course, he knew what questions were coming. These were not random questions.
That being said, because we're not getting anything too hard pressed, I'm not that interested.
I knew that's why when I was Sway interviewing him, I knew he's gonna get the basic questions. So how are you? What do you write in question number 3? Do you want us to ask you, Sway, or you want us to ask you, M? Like I felt like it was going to be rehearsed, not
too
raw.
Rehearsed, too polished.
To make Eminem look
not
good.
Not asking any hard pressing questions.
That's why I didn't want to watch it.
Not asking really any thought provoking questions. Yeah. Shit that's just there.
Just keep his name relevant, pretty much.
It's just there. So I mean, the interview again, not really much to take from it. If you haven't watched it yet, I'm not going to say whether to watch it or whether to not watch it because they're not providing me with a bag. But right? I'm just going to say take my comments and sort of come to your own conclusion.
Agreed. And my conclusion is I'm not watching it.
Now, what I do want to talk about is the motherfucking potential. Remember that Captain America movie? What was it? Civil War. Winter War? What was that shit called? Civil War.
This guy does not watch Marvel movies.
I don't watch Marvel movies, by the way. I still haven't watched what's the new one called with Thanos?
Avengers?
No, but the War. What's that shit
Infinity
called?
Wars.
Infinity War. I still haven't watched Infinity War to this day.
Suck. How you even live in this world?
All I know is that Thor is becoming a girl.
That's in the Marvel. That's in the
that's already
comics.
Happened?
No, that's in the comics.
Oh, okay. Thor's becoming a girl.
Or a girl in the comics.
Iron Man's dead. And now because they've washed out this entire Marvel story, this entire Avengers story, they're gonna throw full money into Spider-Man. You heard it here first.
That's not even so wrong.
I'm so off, and I don't give a fuck.
It's all good, man.
I want to talk about the potential civil war that's gonna happen here. On one side, led by Eminem, we got Joyner Lucas and Royce the 5'9". They both have said, "Listen, if anyone tries to come at M, they are catching it."
Chase,
basically, is what they said. Royce, his exact, I think it was a tweet. His exact tweet was, "I dare one of you niggas to raise something.
Chase,
I'm gonna light your ass up like a jack-o'-lantern." I haven't heard that reference in years.
Who says that?
Shout out to Royce because he is one of my favorite rappers.
Must be a Detroit thing for sure.
He's like, mind your business. I forgot what Joyner said. I would have to look that up. I don't have it on the fly right now. But Joyner said some shit too, again, to the effect of, "Listen, if you come at M, you're getting it."
Do you think this is serious?
Absolutely.
Who do you think do you think that they're referencing one's exact person?
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Like, are they hear something in the grapevines? Is it grapevines?
Because I think it's grapevines. Yeah, in the grapevines. What's confusing me is this
came out of nowhere.
Eminem said a bunch of names, right?
Yeah.
On this record, this album, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, Kamikaze.
He said a bunch of names. But the names that he said were the Lils and the Youngs.
And he hailed up the...
You know what I'm saying? Minus Joe Budden, of course.
Yeah.
Almost every name that he said, minus Joe Budden, minus Tyler, because I'm not going to do that to Tyler.
That's true, Tyler.
Minus, who else at the top of the head?
Lil Pump.
Anyways, I think that's it in terms of anyone that's not sort of the new school rapper.
Yeah.
So who is really at threat?
Joe Budden.
To come at, minus Joe. Again, minus Joe, minus Tyler.
Tyler does have bars. I was going at saying they're hinting to
That's
Joe.
What I'm wondering.
That's what I think they are doing.
I mean, but Joe and Royce are good friends. That's another thing, right? So
Royce and Eminem
Royce wouldn't
friends.
Go at Joe. Royce would not say, "Yo, I dare you to talk about M." Royce wouldn't do that because they know Joe and Royce have a relationship to a point where they won't let their personal relationship get in the way with anything that's happening right now.
Was Royce the 5'9" in Slaughterhouse?
Absolutely.
So do you think so? He wouldn't go at anyone in Slaughterhouse. That's going to be my question. Because if, let's say, for example, the other three members of Slaughterhouse, which were
Crooked Eye,
and Joel Ortiz,
Royce the
if they were to, let's say, Joel Ortiz, Crooked Eye, and Joe Budden were to team up and say, let's go at them on a diss.
Well, they wouldn't. I mean,
album. I'm just giving an example.
Okay, you're talking hypothetical.
Hypothetically, will Royce the 5'9" now join in on M side?
Yes.
And go at them?
Yes. Okay. And I think the reason why he would is because, again, him and Joe, at the very least, like, let's say, forget Crooked, forget Joel Ortiz for a second. Joe and Royce know to never let their personal relationship get in the way of this music shit.
Gotcha.
So now if they overstep that music shit and make it become personal, and theoretically speaking, three members of Slaughterhouse come together and start getting at M, of course Royce is stepping in.
Okay.
Like, whoa, hold up, guys. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. That type of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
But he's not stepping in to say, like, I'm going to, like, diss you guys with Eminem on Eminem track.
I think he would if M said, yo, let's do this.
You think he would?
I think he would. I think he would ride with M on that. Because, again, it's three members teaming up against one dude, right? And
just to be fair,
Eminem acknowledged that these guys are great writers.
They are.
All four of them. Again, Crooked is the only one that I was not into very deeply.
I actually like Crooked Eye
at one point in my life. Like Joel, I used to only listen to Joel. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying like only. Like back in the mixtape day, the fucking Dat Piff days.
Yeah.
Bro, Joel was on heavy rotation. Royce is always going to be on heavy rotation. Joe Budden, let's not get started on the Mood Music series. Let's not get started on me talking about what's in my rotation, putting Joe Budden back in there with Rage in the Machine and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, master lyricist.
Yeah, I like Slaughter. I loved there was one album that came out with that I bombed the album for like 6 months straight. It made no sense.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse was on some shit, man. Slaughterhouse was truly on some fucking shit.
But I just wanted to see if they. But did Crooked Eye and Joel Ortiz ever say anything about Eminem's album? Do you know if they did? I don't know. I never even researched.
Honestly, their history is so fuzzy at this point to me because there's so many different storylines going on. Mm-hmm. The most recent update I have is Joe Budden said he spoke with Joel Ortiz. He sounds happy, sounds cool. This is on the most recent episode of their podcast. Sounds happy, sounds in good spirits. He said everything else they can't disclose. Joe and Crooked Eye, Joe Budden joked around again on the most recent episode of his podcast that Crooked Eye is ready. Crooked Eye is ready to be tagged in by Eminem. So basically, what I'm saying is this, because again, I said Civil War. What the fuck do I mean by that? On side A, now side A is looking a lot stronger, I will admit. Side A potentially has Eminem, Joyner Lucas, Royce the 5'9", and Crooked Eye. Because Joe Budden seriously feels like Crooked Eye is ready to battle him at any point.
Oh, he's ready to battle? I think he's ready to battle Eminem.
No, Joe Budden truly feels like Crooked Eye has about a 24 written specifically for Joe Budden.
What, did they have beef
ready
from
to
before?
Release? Not that they have
just like
beef, but
friendly
tension in that sense.
Okay, gotcha.
Or I don't know if it's friends or what, but there is definitely some sort of tension there. There is a pull-up episode of the Joe Budden podcast that he just won't release with Crooked Eye. Everyone's dying to see that.
They don't. I think they don't hate.
No, they don't hate each other. But again, the whole Slaughterhouse history, the whole Eminem history, the whole revival comments history. Choose side A, choose side B. Like there's a lot of family drama going on.
Okay.
For lack of
I just thought I thought they were not friends at all.
On side B, we got Joe Budden.
Okay.
I'm gonna add Tyler the Creator to that list of myself.
I feel like he would join it.
I feel like Tyler would join Team Joe by association. That also means Earl Sweatshirt.
Yes.
Joins Team B. Jay Electronica also joins side B because, as I said earlier, one person took exception to that Diddy bar that Eminem threw, and it was Jay Electronica. Let me read that first. Jay Electronica said, "How dare you accuse Diddy of killing Tupac while you completely look past Jimmy Iovine and those who profited from his death the most? You best tread carefully, son, before I come tear your ivory tower down like Suleiman done the Templar Knights. Hashtag RIP proof.
RIP proof.
Yo.
Imagine a whole album of these guys dissing Eminem produced by Diddy.
Now, for yo, that'd be crazy. Firstly, for those that aren't aware of who Jay Electronica is.
Who's Jay Electronica?
Because I think there's a lot of people who are not aware.
Definitely.
I want you to Google like 3 songs. Exhibit A, Exhibit B,
Exhibit C,
and Exhibit C. And that's all you need to know about Jay Electronica. So Jay Electronica, of course, at one point was considered almost somewhat of a protege to Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At some point. I think he was also a protege to like Dr. Dre. If I'm getting my hip hop history correct,
he was pretty someone else. Like I don't think it was Dre.
I believe it was Dre.
Maybe it was Dre. I know there was someone that he was working under.
And Jay Electronica is one of those rappers where people almost don't listen to him anymore because for about the last 9 years he's supposed to put out an album.
Yo, we've been waiting.
And we've been waiting.
We've been waiting. Trust me.
So if this is gonna get Jay Electronica to put some shit out, I am here for all the shits. So there's I'm gonna summarize this real quick. There's a potential civil war going on in hip hop, and I'm all here for it. Side A, led by Eminem, features Royce the 5'9", features Crooked I, and features Joyner Lucas.
We know to
on side B, led by Joe Budden, features Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, and Jay Electronica. Who wins?
Yo, honestly, I gotta hear something before I can even determine.
Who wins?
I gotta hear something before I determine.
Fam,
I gotta hear something.
Technically, you gotta give it to side A because they are more battle tested.
That's why I don't want to give it to side A.
I know what you mean.
I need to hear them perform a track or something.
Earl can put some shit together.
Exactly.
Tyler can put some shit together. Joe can put some shit together.
Exactly. When
and then Jay Elec off the bench? Come on.
So
Jay Elec off the bench?
But it's all hypothetical for all we know. For all we know, nothing will never happen.
Man.
But I wish it does happen. I need something nice.
Come on, man. I just hope that motherfuckers start making music again.
Please
That's it.
do.
That's it. I need a Sweatshirt album.
I need a Sweatshirt album.
I need it.
When's his last album?
2015. Doris, no?
That was a while ago.
2015. If not 2016, maybe at
How
best.
do they keep their money? They just tour off the old songs?
Yeah, you can tour forever.
Off old songs? Don't people get tired of your songs? No. I'm tired of some songs.
If Earl Sweatshirt is coming to Toronto, you going to the show?
Nah.
Actually.
Too many people I don't care about. Too many wannabe hipsters. They're like, oh my God, I love Earl Sweatshirt. I listen to all his music.
It's a $20 ticket.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
It's a $20 ticket at the Mod Club. Earl Sweatshirt in town. Are you going?
Probably not.
Wow, that's crazy.
Probably not. I'm not even going to lie.
Okay, I mean, I'll give you that. I would go.
You would go?
I would go because it's like, yo, even if you have old music, it's $20 fucking for a night out to watch a good rapper perform.
When you put it that way, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What are you gonna do otherwise?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, realistically speaking. So I don't know, man. I mean, I would do it. And even people like, I guess we'll get into it a little bit later with some money conversation. So I'm gonna park part of my discussion for now.
Let's keep on talking.
I think you know where I'm going.
On the topic of beef, though.
Yeah, yo, bro, we've been talking about beef for 2 fucking weeks,
and there's still more beef.
There's still more beef.
Some just starting to.
This is newly found beef.
You guys may have not even heard of this yet.
Talk about it.
Tell them Frank Ocean v. Travis Scott.
Motherfucking Scott. So we have Frank Ocean versus Travis Scott.
Can you get some backstory about this?
Definitely. Let's provide some context here. So Frank Ocean is reportedly unhappy with his appearance on Travis Scott's Astroworld.
Oh, right? Poor Frankie.
Now, this is via TMZ. TMZ reports that a lawyer for Frank Ocean has filed a cease and desist in order to get his vocals removed from Carousel.
Cheers!
Right? And Carousel obviously being one of the songs on the album.
Track number 2 on Astroworld.
Now, sources told the publication, TMZ. That Frank Ocean does not approve of the way that his voice was altered on the album. Carousel features auto-tune on some of Frank Ocean's vocals, while the pitch is also altered. though it's not specified what precisely he objects to. Right? So,
man just said it right there.
Long story short, we don't know what the fuck. I was gonna say Tyler. We don't know what the fuck Frank Ocean specifically is mad about, but he's obviously feeling a way as to how his vocals were used on Carousel. For a second, I thought this was the Nav track.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because remember, the Nav track was altered. So when I first read this, I was like, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
the track was altered, and Frank didn't like the way it was altered.
And then you're like,
no. and then I'm like, no, it's not that track. That's I mean, obviously I know the difference between them, but I thought somehow maybe Frank just also appeared on that song, like one of those type of things. You know what I'm saying? But then I figured, no, this is none of the above. This is just another song on the album, and Frank has a problem with it. What do I want to ask with this? I guess. Okay, first of all, what are your thoughts on this? What are your overall thoughts on this?
Like, I wouldn't actually. You know what? I can't say from Frank. Like, I would say I wouldn't care because of the money. Like, you getting your money, bro. So why you complaining? You made that first week. You didn't say this in the first week. You didn't say this in the second week.
Word.
You say this in the third week. You say this now.
To be fair, he did lawyer up though, right? So we don't know how long this has been going on in the background. But you're absolutely right. That's a fair point to make.
400,000
from the outside looking in.
400,000 sales money
from the outside looking in. Now we're not legal people, so we don't know how the money is impacted.
Exactly.
But you bring a good point.
But I get where Frank Ocean's coming from. As a singer, you know, singing is your voice. You don't want to auto-tune your voice. You want to go to a concert.
Singing is your instrument.
Your instrument.
Let me correct that, yeah.
Yeah, it's not your voice. Your voice is your instrument.
Yeah.
So when it's altered, it kind of like, that's not me. That's not what I do. The whole point of singing is that it's coming from my throat. Pause.
It's, to me, it almost sounds like...
I get where he's coming from.
Do you see kind of parallels between this and Tiana Taylor Kanye? So remember, she was kind of cheesed.
No, because it's different to change an album than to change.
No, of course. I mean, voice. I'm not comparing the exact scenario. What I'm saying is, do you feel like maybe Tiana Taylor recorded song number 1 in a certain way, where it sounds a certain way in her head, and then when it came out, Kanye had done his tweaks to it, where it's like, what the fuck is this?
I can see the.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see the parallels, but I don't. Because honestly, Tiana Taylor was full out singing and no auto-tuning. Because his whole problem is that they auto-tuned his voice. Yeah. Imagine they auto-tuned Stevie Wonder's voice, for example. I mean, imagine they auto-tuned Aretha Franklin's voice.
But Frank auto-tuned himself.
Yeah, but he made him plan on this one to be auto-tuned. I guess he was in the contract
I feel you.
I guess he was in the contract. The contract could have easily said, I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want to your voice. And you
Absolutely.
Can't say shit.
Right? We definitely don't know the details of the contracts,
I can see where Frank's coming from. Do you agree with Frank or do you figure Travis?
I absolutely agree with Frank Ocean on this one. But at the same time, I think... It's I don't know, man. This new age that we're in... where music can come out, music can be uploaded right away.
Yeah.
I sort of question whether it's good or bad for the industry. It's horrible. Great because when's the last time you heard an album leak? Think about that.
Not in a while.
You know what I'm saying? So we get rid of the leaks. I remember when Thing leaked, I'm aging myself. When Lupe leaked back in the day, and he had to change, he changed some shit around because it was like, yo, my shit leaked. Now I have to change it, right?
Album leaks, that was a thing.
Album leaks was expected at one point in time.
Yes, that's why
now we don't have that. And that took away from a lot of artists' money, right? Because now it leaked, you heard it, you don't need to buy it anymore. Obviously, this was back in an era where you actually had to buy shit.
People did that on purpose to gauge their album.
Absolutely.
Like, people liked it.
And some people leaked it purposely, like you said.
To gauge hype on that. But, that one saying it's trash? All right, I'm going to change up. What they saying is trash? They don't like that track? All right, I'm going to change that.
So it's like you remove the leaks from the potential problem moving forward, right? But a new problem that has risen in this new upload era is if I've recorded for you, so I'm doing a feature for you on your album.
Yeah.
I've recorded myself.
Mm-hmm.
We finished the session.
Mm-hmm.
You even master it in front of me, let's say.
Yeah.
I leave the room. It's 11:17 p.m. I leave the room. You got 43 minutes to change that shit.
Easily.
And you change it at 11:51, and you upload it 9 minutes later
to Spotify
while I'm still driving home.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the upload era brings good shit. It also brings bad shit.
It's like everything. Everything has
everything is gonna have give and take. So I'm not gonna really talk about is this good or bad, but
I can see.
You know what I'm saying? Like for Frank, it's like man, this is not what I expected.
Yeah.
But then maybe it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know the details.
We got to see what the contract
says. That's the toughest part. You got to sign
a contract before you do these features.
So I guess on paper, given the information that we have in this very moment, who is in the right and who is in the wrong? Forget whether you agree or not. Just who's in the right, who's in the wrong. Because there's two perspectives.
I don't know.
There's two perspectives.
I don't know how to say this.
You could say Frank is in the right because he provided the vocals. He wanted his vocals to sound a certain way, et cetera, et cetera. You could say Travis is in the wrong because based on the information presented to us, he altered some shit. However, you could also say Travis is in the right.
I'm giving it favorite Travis right now.
He is known for adjusting shit.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting into. If I go to wherever,
I'm trying to think of somewhere too.
I'm trying to think too. If I go to somewhere mad Caucasian, and I walk around, and I get stares because I'm not Caucasian.
You can't make a fuss about it because you went there knowing.
Yeah, on one hand, I can make a fuss like, man, all these motherfuckers is looking at me. And on the other end, it's like, I know where I'm at.
Exactly. You know they're going to look at you.
Exactly. So I know where I'm at. I know the arena that I'm in. I know what happens when I'm in this arena.
Yo, quick question. You hear about that thing they're doing for the CNE, but in wintertime?
That sounds dope. I haven't even heard of it.
I want to say, I think that sounds sick.
I know where you're going with this, but that sounds sick.
I think that sounds sick.
I'm all for it. So yeah, I mean, we don't know. We don't know who's in the right. We don't know who's in the wrong. Shout out to both of them. Frank Ocean is still a little bit overrated in my opinion.
I think so too.
Travis Scott, I'm still not sold.
Astroworld didn't sell you on Travis Scott?
No. Wow. No. Good artist. Wow. Very good artist. Very good artist. But I'm not looking at Astroworld as if it's way better than Testing.
You know what? I still need to give Testing a second.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really not. Like I'm not looking at Astroworld like it's anything profound.
Oh, it was not.
It's good.
I give it 7.5.
Really good. It's really good.
It just wasn't.
But it's not groundbreaking. It's not Twisted Fantasy.
It's not.
I'm sorry.
It's not. I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think he's a good artist. I think he's a
very good artist.
I think he has a good ear for music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I rate Travis Scott. I don't rate him like on his music, but I think he has a good ear for music.
Let's see what happens with that Kodak track. Was
that it? I was just thinking that. Hey. I'm doing that dance, y'all.
I just want that 2-second meme to be a soundbite.
Yo, we should get it. It's coming, y'all.
I don't think we can get that as a soundbite.
Oh, we can.
I'm not gonna lie.
You probably get the MP3 somewhere. Someone probably got the audio out on the internet.
Should I put that? Okay, Kodak.
Yeah,
Kodak. If I put Kodak 2-second soundbite, I'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we all know it.
Kodak 2-second soundbite. Yeah. We're gonna have a segment on this show eventually where we're just brainstorming soundbites.
Bottle breaking. This breaking. Put that in there. Beep, beep, beep.
Listen, man, as long as we own our own shit, we're good.
Exactly.
Speaking of owning, you like how I intentionally did that segue? I just threw that in there. Like me saying own our own shit had nothing to do with anything.
You just happened to roll in with the next one.
But I just wanted to connect to the next one. So let's do this. I played this for your birthday, but let's play this for Lil Wayne, man.
Hey. Woo. Yeah. Get it?
Shout out to Lil Wayne, man. Drop a motherfucking TMV bomb for this motherfucker. TMV bombs on that
shit. And give him a TMV spit for Birdman.
And Birdman, we spit on what you've done to Louisiana.
Louisiana.
We spit.
Get out of here.
Drop a motherfucking another TMV bomb for motherfucking Lil motherfucking Wayne.
Yeah, that's right. It's a TMV bomb. You heard it here.
Yo. we are fucking around with this soundboard.
Yo, they should not give it to us.
Let's talk about Lil Wayne, man. So Lil Wayne is now the sole owner of Young Money.
Woo! Does that mean
sole owner of Young Money?
No, because Drake's record is probably owned by Cash Money.
That's yeah.
Because he probably owns Young Money, and they probably took everything away from Young Money.
I wonder what it means, like, for Wayne moving. First of all, let me provide context, because I definitely want to have this discussion with you. We know that basically what was going on. So the article details the terms. Obviously, article that Lil Wayne did with is it Rolling Stone? No, it's
XXL, man.
No, sorry. Before XXL. I forget it. Anyways, fuck it.
Vader?
I don't remember. It's bigger than that. Bigger than that. It's like a Rolling Stone type of thing. Oh. Like that big. I forget where it was. Was it Billboard? No, I forget. Anyways, so GQ? Wayne had a settlement with Cash Money Records. There was a 3-year legal battle that I'm sure almost everyone was aware of. It was over outstanding advances and the rights to his own catalog. Lil Wayne settled on the 7th of June, and we did report that.
Yeah, we did actually.
It said for an undisclosed sum. I thought we had the number at the time. No, we had the reported number.
Yeah, it was like, what, 50 mil or some shit? 30 mil? Something like that?
I don't remember. Yeah, but we had the
something
reported
in the tens of mils. Like
I thought it was 10, 15 mil, something like that.
Shit like that.
Now, as a result of the agreement, Billboard reports, Young Money Entertainment transitioned from a 51-49 joint partnership with Cash Money to Lil Wayne now owning outright Young Money Entertainment. That being said, it's rumored. Now, we already know Carter 5 has been rumored.
Yes. Oh, my God.
We now have a rumored date.
What?
Lil Wayne.
New Lil Wayne?
Carter 5.
Tell me
reportedly coming out.
Tell me when.
The 21st of September.
That's next week Friday.
That is next week Friday.
Oh, my God. I cannot wait for that Lil Wayne album.
Reportedly. I hope.
Please, Lil Wayne, drop this shit, man.
But I thought Thugger was supposed to come up with some shit last week, too. He did get arrested, though.
Yeah, Thugger talks a lot of shit, though.
He did get arrested. Yeah, you're right. And
Thugger could say, I'm about to drop shit tomorrow, and then we'll wait 2 months, and then we get nothing.
So a couple questions I have for you.
Yes, I'm going to bump that Lil Wayne
Let's talk about Carter 5 first, because, again, we know the issue with Lil Wayne is that he didn't own the rights to his music.
See?
Right?
Yeah.
Carter 5 been recorded.
Yeah.
We know that as well.
Yep.
And we did talk about this when we talked about the settlement, right? We talked, yeah, exactly, how it aged and shit. What do you think Carter 5 will be?
I think there'll be a lot of newer stuff. I think he's been recording, but he just didn't release, obviously, because he knows he doesn't own it. And now that he owns all his music, he's probably going to release newer stuff. We're going to get some Drake features on that. We're going to get some Nicki features on that.
A Nicki feature for sure will happen.
We're going to get the old Lil Wayne. Not old,
I want to see Wayne and Uzi on a track.
Yo,
oh my goodness. Oh, God.
That would be disgusting.
Oh, boy.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh. And we're back. What happened to us, guys, as you heard that loop. Let me just play this real quick. Because this is how I feel.
Yeah, that's how we all feel.
Yeah, I motherfucking feel like this because what had happened was the last 20 fucking 5 minutes of fire content.
Hella hot.
We were saying some shit.
Steaming hot content. Pause.
We were saying some shit. I think we OD'd on the soundboard, and the recording decided to stop.
Yeah, honestly, we were like, yo, we ain't ready for this soundboard shit y'all bringing in.
So
it did not record, pretty much. Let's just say that.
We're gonna try to make this sound as smooth as possible. We said some motherfucking shit.
I wish I could repeat everything I said.
I wish.
I sounded like a damn angel.
But according to the recording, what did we say? Let's recap. I can't believe we're recapping mid-episode. But we said the album is going to feature new music.
Yeah.
We said that a Nicki verse will be on there for sure. You said a Drizzy verse.
I think a Drake verse will be on there because Drake respects Lil Wayne.
We said Uzi Vert, and then Uzi Vert broke the internet. Internet being our podcast.
Literally.
Fuck, man. Yo, we had some good shit, man.
And then we talked about numbers. Let's go into numbers.
Let's just wrap it up, man.
How much you think
Reviews podcast, episode 21.
Tell a friend. You know the rest of this shit. Come back next week.
Fuck. Man. Okay, so we're gonna try our best, viewers, to recreate our discussion that we've had over the last half hour.
Yeah.
To make this shit fire again.
Yeah.
So let's move on to what we talked about next with the Lil Wayne album. We talked about projected sales. What do you think first week?
250 to 300.
Yo, this is like a summer. This is like a Spark Notes version. 253. Okay, I think this. Okay, next.
Okay, let's try.
Now let's try to create it. So 250 to 300. I
don't think he can do.
I'm gonna front. I'm gonna act like we've never had this discussion before.
That's what I'm about to say.
I'm gonna fuck.
I don't think he can do the numbers because people aren't looking for him.
Right.
The way they were 5 years ago, example, or 6 years ago.
Right, and you're saying on the unheard version that the country folk that used to be into him ain't quite into him anymore.
No, my 14-year-old cousin isn't looking for Wayne. They're looking for Uzi, the Pumps, the Yachties.
And here's my argument against that. I would say that when you're a legacy act, your name means something. Your name is sort of cemented in, let's call it, overall history. And what I mean by that is if Eminem releases the album, do you think white people are like, yo, I'm remembering last album, or are they just like, yo, Eminem dropped some shit, are you gonna listen, yes or no?
Eminem dropped some shit.
I kind of feel the same about Wayne, right? Where it's just like, yo, Wayne dropped some shit. People remember what Wayne was. They might not, the younger generation might not understand the impact
of hearing that lighter on the track.
Right.
I had to bring that back because I said it too.
But I think they understand the legacy name that is Lil Wayne. And I'll use an example, and I mean no disrespect to Wayne. What if Britney Spears drops an album tomorrow?
Yeah, but that's white.
You know what I'm saying? But that's my point.
What if Ja Rule drops an album tomorrow? Okay, what if DMX drops an album tomorrow?
We got to think.
You gotta remember. Do you remember the white audience? You gotta remember the white audience is literally 300,000 of sales.
Name a rapper that's prominent in the white world.
Eminem.
Name an older rapper other than Eminem that you can think top of the head if you can. That's very prominent with the white audience.
I don't know that, but I was gonna counter what you said with the Carters.
Right.
The Carters should have sold. Realistically, should have sold 300 easily.
That's a great point. But the Carters is different because the Carters were on Tidal for 2 days. Then they, you know what I'm saying? Like they lost, and then it was a short week, if I'm not mistaken.
Kanye should have showed 300 just off Kanye's name.
No, Kanye was on some shit.
His name.
Kanye was too relevant at that point. He was on some shit. Too much negative opinion. Everyone said, "Fuck that, we're not checking it." I can't think of an example either. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is this: like, legacy name means something. In addition to legacy name meaning something, I think anticipation means something as well.
Yep.
And again, I said this before the unrecorded part.
Yo.
So I'm a front and act like I didn't say it. So let's think about Astroworld. Let's think about the anticipation that was there for Astroworld, right?
Hella high.
3 years and counting, if not longer. More. Everyone's like, yo, Astroworld is dropping. When is Astroworld dropping? That shit was like Dr. Dre Detox.
Yo, that shit took,
you know what I'm saying?
Detox didn't even come out. It came out like some next thing he didn't even call Detox.
There's people that still think Detox is dropping.
Nah, people are lying
to this day. No, they're absolutely lying to themselves.
That shit ain't dropping.
When you think about an anticipation perspective, you know, Travis Scott being the most recent example of it, people waited 3 years for Astroworld. So when Astroworld finally dropped, we knew it by name already.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we're like, oh, fuck, Astroworld is finally out. Let me finally listen to Astroworld.
So it's going to be with Carter 5.
That's
5
the thing,
is finally
right?
out.
And I think
let's listen to Carter 5.
If Lil Wayne's album was called anything other than Carter 5,
okay,
150 first week. 150 first week.
Because everyone that hasn't even heard the word name Carter 5 knows the Carter series.
Exactly.
So when they hear Carter 5, like, wait, isn't that Lil Wayne series? I gotta take this in now.
So that would, without the Carter title on there, it probably does 120, 130 first week. And you would still count that as a W in my eyes.
Yeah, well, 85 is a W. Well, for not
fact. I mean,
like,
not for
newer artists, 85 is a W.
But like
150 for not legacy, but for an older artist, that's
still
not
W.
bad.
Still W in my eyes. But now the fact that the Carter name is on there, It builds that anticipation. It builds that hype. Everyone from our era of hip hop, everyone from arguably yesterday's era of hip hop, and a lot of people from today's era of hip hop know the Carter name. And they're just like, yo, fuck, when Carter 5 drops, I have to listen.
Yeah, that's a must.
What you also have to think about, and I speak about anticipation again, and I'm glad we're re-recording because I just thought about this. Think about how many artists, newer artists, are going to be all over that Wayne shit in terms of posting it.
Well, they have to because Wayne's legacy. You can't talk shit about Wayne.
So now if YBN Cordae and motherfucking Lil Pump and motherfucking Tekashi probably won't do it, but let's say Tekashi, A Boogie. I'm just trying to think of a bunch of newer artists.
Lil Wayne album is fire. We respect.
Everyone on the planet is saying, "Yo, Wayne's album." Forget whether it's fire or not. Yo, Wayne's coming now with an album. Yo, can't wait.
Their fans are going to listen to it now.
There you go. So all of that being said, again, all of this ties into the Carter 5 name.
I still say 250 to 300.
I will agree with that. So like I said, again, on the unrecorded part, my guess is around 220 to 300.
That's 80,000.
I remember you said 80 for Cardi, so I'm a
yeah, but then I was wilding.
Your numbers. Track record.
I was wilding with numbers.
Your track record. But then I think I wilded out one week. I said
Drake. You said 8 something.
No, Drake. I said 750, 800.
That Drake. Close. I said like 6 something.
That was close.
650 to 700.
But I think one of them I wilded out. I was either hella low or hella high.
Was it Nicki?
I have no clue. But again,
Russ did 85 first week.
Did he?
Yeah.
But the number came out?
Pretty good, yeah. Academics tweeted that.
Decent. I like that.
Everyone's saying that's an L, and if you're in the comments like 85 first week, your favorite. They're like Smokepurpp did 13.
Did he?
Yeah, they like Smokepurpp did 13.
What's it called? In the trap? What was Smokepurpp's shit called again?
I don't know, some bullshit. I didn't even listen to it.
It was a decent record. I'm not even going to hate.
Nah, it's one of the new, I like these new SoundCloud rappers. I'm gonna call them new school rappers.
I like the new SoundCloud rapper title. I don't listen to them all the time. Yeah, I don't listen to like a hype song from them to get me in a mood, and that's about it. Oh, there's definitely a time and a place.
So like, I'm not trying to listen to Smokepurpp for 13 tracks. I need them for like 2 tracks. I'm done. Like you're not saying anything of relevance. I need to listen to it.
I get what you mean. I think it was called Bless Your Trap.
Yeah, Bless Your Trap.
Or maybe that was just the first track.
It's called Bless Your Trap. Yeah, Smokepurpp Bless Your Trap.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
Produced by Murder Beats.
Murder on a beat, so it's not nice.
Yeah. 250 to 300.
I think that's consensus.
That's being generous.
I think that's consensus. Lil Wayne, you heard it here first. When the Carter 5 drops, hopefully September 21st.
Think there'll be a Jay-Z verse on that?
Oh man, that would be insane. That would be insane. But if again, it's the return of Wayne, right?
That's true. It means a lot. You want to be on
that would actually mean something. You get a whole verse. You get a Drake verse, a Nicki verse, a Uzi verse.
Someone else we're sleeping on. It's probably going to be on there.
Yeah, get a Tiger verse on there just
because. No, I
fuck with you. But you know what? I think he does his thing.
Wayne has not failed me to date. And
that's true.
I don't think he will.
Now, again, I asked this during the unrecorded part. What do you think happens with Young Money as an enterprise now? Is Young Money back, or is this just Lil Wayne cleared his name, good for him, I'm looking out for him? Or are you looking out for what Young Money is going to do now?
I'm looking out for both. I think Lil Wayne cleared his name. He's going to get his name up now.
Yeah.
He's going to release songs, doing features, because he's making his own money. Money's coming back to his pocket. And then give it about a year, maybe 9 months, a year, you start hearing newer artists that signed to Young Money now.
Now, I have an interesting hot take. Is Lil Wayne going to target SoundCloud type of rappers?
I don't know what his style
what I'm saying?
Is. I don't know. We haven't heard a proper Lil Wayne song in a while. It's hard to predict where his ear's at. We don't know what type of music he's even going to make. Technically.
Very, 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 very true. Very true. I'm trying to think if I have any more questions about this Wayne shit.
I have none just because I can't think of it anymore.
Yeah, I can't think of
that. It's like second time talking about
that moment. Definitely left when we were talking very immensely, and it wasn't being recorded. But it is what it is. I had a solid segue at the time.
Did we?
I had talked about appreciate. What did I say?
We appreciate Wayne.
I said no. I said as long as you own your shit. What did I say?
No, that was for Lil Wayne owning.
Oh, that was for Wayne. Okay, that was for Wayne
owning. Man. We didn't have a transition for that one.
No, we didn't have a transition for Russ. You're right.
We kind of just talked about Russ.
But let's get straight into it then. So let's talk about Russ. Time to appreciate Russ a little bit more. Fuck it, man. Let's just act like this convo never happened. Are you part of the RussHive?
I'm part of the RussHive. I've been part of the RussHive since after his first album dropped.
Same. You know what's funny? I remember riding my bike to Walmart one day. Just I felt like riding.
Yeah,
I didn't want to drive. It's summertime. I didn't want to drive. Didn't want to waste gas more than anything. I was driving with premium gas at the time.
Actually, money.
So it's like I heard the album on the way because even though the Walmart is like a 10-minute drive, we know that's going to equate to like a 40-minute bike ride.
Yes, it does.
Somehow, some way. I don't know how motherfuckers get around without a car. And I don't mean that to be classist.
It's impossible.
Shout out to everyone that takes public transit. But I don't. And it's hard.
I don't either. And it's hard. I agree with you. It's hard.
And I remember bumping this album. And I was thinking to myself, because again, I knew the social media perspective, right? I knew the Russ L shit. So I was like, you know what? Let me form my own opinion about this Russ guy.
Yes.
So I listened to the album, and I'm like, yo, I'm fucking with this. I am a Russ fan. Officially, as of that day, whenever the album came out, it was 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2016.
I became a Russ fan. I am definitely now in the RussHive.
Do you remember when we were on vacation in Cuba, and we were playing What You Want by Russ on repeat for like... It wasn't really us playing, it was the other people. I just don't want to name drop.
No, I don't remember how the song goes at all.
What you want, What you want, what you want, what you want.
Oh, that's Russ.
That's Russ, yeah. That was like, that's his breakout song.
That's true.
But yeah, we were bumping that song heavy.
Yeah, we were hella bumping that. Now you're going to have to retell the entire Russ Smokepurpp story.
Hold on, let me get comfortable again. I kind of uncomfortable. I kind of got uncomfortable.
Motherfucker, I can't believe this shit fucked up on us.
All right. So Russ did, obviously doing his promo run.
Yeah.
He's in New York, Breakfast Club, one of the biggest places to do your promo run.
Of course.
He doesn't drop, sorry. He says, these SoundCloud rappers, they talk a lot of shit to him, but don't say shit to his face.
Word.
He says he has a video. He also said he was at a festival and one of them got the two-piece. Womp womp.
They got the Shannon. Womp womp. Got the Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm. So Academics then did a video on this little clip.
Surprisingly, we both
watched
an Academics video.
I barely watched Academics. He has nothing of relevance for me.
His videos on YouTube annoy the fuck out of me because it's like, you know, when you watch like I guess not really, because I do this often for like fights and stuff. But like when people have like reaction videos or some shit, but you're never seeing the content itself. You're just seeing a picture of the content and they're talking over it. That's all of Academics' YouTube posts.
And you know what I don't like is the fact that he'll act like he's surprised or he doesn't know anything when we've know good and damn well your shit's scripted.
Real shit.
Like they
listen. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like something interesting happened, and I was like, whoa. And I'm like, why are you like just play the video?
Exactly. Like, don't keep it scripted. You're like, oh, you know those people. What's it called? Like,
and those people. I mean,
we know you did your research before you did this video.
Man's reading off a script.
But go ahead. Anyway, he dropped two names that's probably and most likely, and one actually both pretty much confirmed it was Young Bands. Who the fuck is that?
Don't know who that is.
And Smokepurpp. Smokepurpp, of course, said now came out with a video saying he was at a festival. They didn't say what festival this was. Of course, they're not going to do it now, but they want to be invited back.
Right.
They're festival. Like you said, they're festival artists.
They are both festival artists, so I'm sure they met up simultaneously at some sort of festival where their paths crossed.
So he said he was coming out in the washroom. He opens the door. Seven people are out there. Not Russ, he says.
None of them are Russ.
But, you know, he says he puts up a fight. We don't know how it ended. He never really explained about the fight.
We don't know. We did see a video. I mean, the video did not show him getting stomped. I mean, it showed people rushing him, people outnumbering him, right?
Which he did admit to. He said it was 7 people.
So now, again, this was talked about while we were not recording.
It's not the same energy.
It's definitely not the same energy, but we're going to try our best
to keep that same energy.
So Russ tweeted a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah, right? The tweet.
Russ went on a Twitter rampage. All of this happened over the weekend, and I can't even tell you which order, which tweet was in. But everything sort of ties together because Russ starts tweeting about, I guess, the Smokepurpp situation. He's also tweeting with this new Twitter beef with Adam 22.
Adam 22 is like 35 years old.
I thought he was older based on how he looks. But all of this is going to tie into our next topic, which is going to be the Forbes list, because Russ is on there. Russ made $15 million in 2018.
It's Forbes list top paid hip hop acts.
Yeah, and again, we will get to the details of that. Now, again, a whole bunch of texts back and forth, but the one the one tweet.
I was like, wait, what?
One tweet that sort of stood out to me was the tweet that kind of summarizes things, in my opinion. Again, I don't know when these tweets occurred, in which order, but this was the one that explains the entire situation. Russ tweets, and I quote, "I've been the punching bag of the rap game for the past year and a half.
You ain't lying.
I've more to lose than 99% of the industry who has talked shit about me.
Yep.
So I handle things accordingly. Nothing is wrong with standing up for yourself when you've constantly been antagonized. Everyone has a breaking point."
They do. Man, I don't blame him.
Facts.
He has been a punching bag, and now he's standing up for himself, and now everyone's like, whoa. Yeah, you can't keep on bullying someone and think they're not just going to take it.
And even like, okay, so I mean, yeah, let's call it bullying, but even if we say, let's say it's not bullying, okay, right? Let's call it trolling.
Trolling, sure.
Right? Because bullying might be more of a direct...
I can't say no words anymore.
I know, fuck it. But let's say it's trolling, right? So people troll. We know how it is on Academic's page. Russ takes the L. We see it on 6buzz as well. Shout out to them.
Even 6buzz commented on. By the way, I didn't like that. 6buzz wrote something about Russ taking an L on Academic's page. Like, yo, 6buzz, stay your lane.
You know what? That's just to try to up their profile.
Yeah, I get that.
And again, shout out to them. But
I'm not going to write Russ takes an L just to get us viewers.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Man, that's pretty silly, in my opinion.
We're not going to conform with what society does just because everyone's doing it.
Word. So we know the public perception of Russ when it comes to, people liking to make fun of him. I don't blame him. So basically what Adam 22 said to him was something to the effect of, "Oh, this guy's on the Forbes list. How about you add the fact that he tried to get me jumped for saying some shit on Twitter," or something like that, right? You know what I mean? Like,
clap back.
I'm trying to find the exact fucking tweet, yo.
All I know is that Russ is sticking up for himself. I like it. I approve. Yeah, stick up for yourself. And he's on the Forbes list. None of these other SoundCloud rappers are anywhere close to how much he's probably making on the list.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that definitely. But again, with this Russ shit, it's like, I'm just happy that he's had a very successful week.
85K,
right? So I'm happy that he A, releases the album.
Zoo.
B, does the Breakfast Club interview.
No.
C, has a Smokepurpp video footage drop.
That's your trap.
And D, pause. I fuck with you. And D, the Adam 22 interactions, right? That to me will finally start to turn the public perception on tide when it comes to Russ. Standing up for himself. I've always liked Russ's vibe. I've always liked his swagger, utmost confidence in himself, borderline cockiness, whatever you want to call it.
Borderline cockiness.
But he's always had the numbers to prove it. And the reason why I really like this is because his first album, Lone Wolf, went platinum. It went platinum. It was a good album. Accolade to it already. Listen, no matter if it's sports, music, whatever, a sophomore jinx always exists.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Always exists. So now when Zoo comes out, I'm thinking in my head, yo, I like Russ a lot. But what if Zoo doesn't do that well?
I thought so too. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Do well? So now he does his 85K first week. Great. I think that's a W.
That is a dub.
Has this now? This is unintentional clout.
What is?
Everything that's gone on with Russ.
Okay.
Right? This is the actual like definition of clout, right? Not to say he's chasing it.
Yeah.
Not to say he's trying to build it, in a fake way or unintentionally. At the end of the day, we don't know. That's another fact too. But what I really like is that this is going to kind of put that allure on him, that light on him that makes people say, you know what? Fuck all the Russ takes the L shit. Let me form my own opinion.
Yup.
Because now, as much perceived negativity as he might have around him, because the only thing I know about him is Russ takes the L. And I'm saying I as if I was like a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Or like SoundCloud rapper listener.
13-year-old
right?
Person.
Or a 13-year-old. If the only thing I know about him is Russ takes the L, now I also know these other things that make me say, yo, I want to fuck with this guy.
Exactly. Now I listen to his music, I'm like, oh shit.
Now I can form my own opinion. So this to me speaks nothing but wonders for his Zoo album.
It is good for his Zoo album. I like it.
Great for the Zoo album. Shout out to, clapping back at 22.
Yo, you didn't even read the clapback.
His clapback?
Yeah, when he said, I don't want to spoil it, but the tweet.
Oh, the Adam 22 tweet.
No. His response to Adam 22 saying, you sent someone to jump me.
I didn't read it.
You didn't read? You just said Adam 22 someone to jump me.
Motherfucker, I read that the first time we recorded.
Yeah,
so
did.
Adam,
and I wanted you to say it again.
No, I did read it.
You just said Adam 22's tweet. You didn't say what Russ said.
I swear to God,
I would have reacted better.
I just said it. I said I've been the punching bag.
No. The one where he goes, why were bosses?
Oh, yeah. You right.
That's the one I wanted you to read.
You're absolutely right. So let me read that again, and then you can react to that again. We can go into
Forbes list from there.
So somebody had said, a random person, I guess, someone on Adam 22's side, more than likely. They were talking about Russ. They're talking about the Smokepurpp shit, the video that came out. Again, 2 videos had come out sort of simultaneously. The first video does show Smokepurpp getting jumped. Again, Smokepurpp said none of them were him. And that's completely fine. And the reason why that is, somebody responded and said, so you didn't throw hands with him, and instead you sent multiple dudes? Why exactly? And Russ said, because rich bosses don't get their hands dirty.
And with that, we are going to go into the Forbes list.
Not yet. So Russ said, rich motherfuckers don't get their hands dirty.
And I respect that.
Simple as that.
Back, yeah, like, get your money up. I don't need to do my dirty work.
And then again, part 2 of that video leak footage, whatever the fuck you want to call it, was Russ. So again, at the same festival, we don't know if it's a different timeline. We don't know if it's the same timeline. Videos. We don't know if it's the morning after or the day after, because festivals are multi-day events. We don't know exactly what it is, but Smokepurpp and his people walk by, essentially. Russ is with his people, standing there. Russ is clearly saying to Smokepurpp, so, like, what's good?
You still want the smoke? You still want the smoke?
You still want some, or have you figured it out now? Shout out to Russ.
Shout out, man.
Let's talk about this motherfucking Forbes list, man. I can't believe, first of all, the end of our Lil Wayne discussion and our entire Russ discussion was not recorded, man.
Is this recording?
I'm so upset by this. Is absolutely. I'm watching that record button at all times right now. Let's move on to Forbes though. So Forbes released the highest paid hip hop acts of 2018.
Hip hop.
Right? Do you want to take a guess who's on top?
Diddy?
No, not even close.
Damn, who?
Actually, I'm not gonna say not even close. I'm not gonna do that. Number 1 is none other than Hove, man.
Damn,
Diddy's not even on,
Jay-Z.
but Diddy's not even on the top no more. It is Jay-Z now.
Yeah, but Diddy was always at the top. So I always
Diddy been the top.
Diddy was at the top for like a good
15 years.
Exactly.
But it's Hove now. It's finally Hove.
This is like this guy taking over Bill Gates as the richest guy, the Amazon guy.
Bezos. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
That's what it was, because Bezos was always behind him, but Bezos never took it.
Bezos,
and then this year,
Jay-Z,
Bezos finally took over.
And not Gates.
Yeah, Gates.
Is it
Gates was always number 1. Gates now number 2. True. And Richard Branson was always up there too.
But Branson fell off.
And Warren Buffett.
Virgin Media, Virgin Mobile, whatever you want to call it.
And Warren Buffett was up there too. But anyway, it's about hip hop.
So let me provide a little bit of context, right?
How
so
the fuck is Pitbull on this list?
We'll get to that. So the highest paid hip hop acts of 2018, right? So I want that part of it to be specified. These are the highest paid hip hop acts of 2018.
This is not net worth. This is just how much they brought in.
Exactly.
This is not their expenses included, how much they lost.
So I'm going to go through a couple of names just to give some people some context. Number one is Jay-Z, 77 million.
Shout out to The Rock.
That was not a good Jay-Z impression, but it's okay. Number two was Diddy at 64 million.
I don't have a Diddy
Number
impression.
3 was Kendrick at 58 million.
Yeah.
Number 4 was Drake at 47.
Check Silver Stripes.
Number 5, J. Cole at 35 mil.
I shoot my shot and I brick.
Number 6, Dr. Dre at 35 mil as well.
Nothing could be here.
Tied for 6th, Nas put up 35 mil as well. Pitbull, 32 mil.
First of all, Pitbull's not hip hop. Let's get that.
Pitbull is technically hip hop.
Pitbull is pop.
Technically hip hop.
I'm not giving Pitbull the hip hop label.
But he's absolutely pop. You're right. Now, I'm going to just, again, I'm not going to say the dollar amounts. I'm just going to say the names in order. Starting at the top. So 1 all the way to 20. There are some ties on this list. So if I said more than 20 names, don't shoot me. Jay-Z, Diddy, Kendrick, Drake, Cole, Dr. Dre, Nas, Pitbull, Future, Kanye West, DJ Khaled, The Migos,
it's not The Migos,
Eminem, Chance the Rapper, Travis Scott, Birdman, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Wayne, Logic, Meek Mill,
mixed.
Russ,
hey,
shout out to Russ,
taking that dub,
and Swiss Beats.
Question. I should have a question. Problem. Migos cannot be on this list because there's 3 of them. Divide that number by 3, and then that's their earnings.
Highest paid hip hop acts.
I guess they're an act
of 2000. That's the thing, and that's why the context is key.
It's the highest paid people
for this list. So I mean, off of first glance, and for anyone that's interested, please look that up. It's Forbes. Just look up Forbes 2018 hip hop. I'm sure you'll find it.
Hip hop.
Are there any surprising names just off of first glance? A surprising name on this list.
Surprising name, Pitbull.
Okay.
But I know he's good in he's big in the
international,
the reggaeton world.
Big international. That's why I'm not surprised by his name.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised at the amount. I didn't think it would be that high.
Okay.
Logic, surprisingly. I know he has a following, but I feel like people that make more money that are
Logic
bigger than
Logic.
Huge
following, man. Huge following.
Who else? Not really anyone else. Eminem, but he's probably that's just probably royalties from
Uzi Vert surprised me.
No, Uzi makes money. Uzi's verses, a verse from Uzi or a show from Uzi, it's one of the highest paid.
See, that I didn't know.
Yeah, I found that out recently.
Because the way I see it is a lot, especially with a lot of these new age rappers. I always just think a lot of them are tied up in deals where they don't get a lot of the money that they generate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see Uzi Vert at number 17 on this list, I'm like, God damn.
Oh, he is tied up in a deal that he doesn't generate a lot of money, but
nonetheless, he's still one of the highest paid.
Exactly. He gets so much money for how much he
that to me is boggling.
Russ obviously surprising. I didn't think
Russ didn't surprise me because he does his arena tours, he does his festivals, he speaks about that kind of stuff all the time, and I do listen to his interviews. So that doesn't surprise me personally. Future surprised me a bit.
Oh, Future's big. How much albums he dropped, and then he did a tour with Drake.
But in 2018, I guess he can still tour off of that. You know what I'm saying?
And his royalties. He already makes so much. Again, royalties. That's how probably Diddy makes money off the Biggie royalties. Someone wants a Biggie feature or a Biggie sample, Diddy's collecting that check.
But I think it's more beyond that, right? I think it's
it's
also other investments too. It's not just hip hop related. So it's Ciroc, it's Revolt, it's you know what I mean with Jay-Z. It's Duce, it's Tidal, Rock Nation. Obviously, the people at the top. Kendrick, his tour has made so much fucking money. It's scary. and I went to that show, so I know what his tour has looked like. That's a scary amount of money. I like Cole a lot at number 5 on this list.
Yeah,
I think what he's starting to do with Dreamville is starting to become scary. And I think something 5 years from now we're going to have to pay really close attention to is how J. Cole has turned himself into a mogul.
See, I would think J. Cole would be honest, but not 35. I would think he'd be somewhere in the 20s.
That kind of surprised me. That did kind of surprise me.
He didn't surprise me on the list.
And again, you're saying 35 mil. You're not saying number 35 on the list. He's number 5 on the list.
Yeah.
At 35 mil.
I would think Kanye would be ahead of him. I would think DJ Khaled would be ahead of him. DJ Khaled would be ahead of him. That's what I would think personally. Just off like their history.
The Meek almost surprised me. Meek is 15 mil, number 20 on the list.
Not really, because if I categorize him with the J. Cole's and the
but
he's like below them.
But I think more so from the fact that he was locked up for so long. Like, how was he making that? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we get royalties, we understand all of that, and we don't know what they're truly invested in. But to see him on that list, I was like, okay, shout out to Meek. Are there any surprising non-mentions off top of your head?
I think. Do you have any?
I had one. I fucking had one, and I should have wrote it down.
I think Nicki would be on this list.
I thought Nicki would be there. That is one that I thought about.
I didn't think Cardi would be on. She's too new. I think Cardi would have been like 15, around the 20, 21.
Yeah, I thought Cardi had a chance of making this list, but
like top 15.
I thought Nicki for sure would have been on there.
I thought Birdman would be higher. But it's probably because of all the legal stuff.
Probably. But it's not like it's not how much money did you make this year. It's just how much were you paid this year. Yeah. You received $20 million.
I'm thinking of like net worth.
Yeah,
that's why I keep on thinking of net worth.
So just keep that context in mind, right?
Okay, well.
I don't think
is Russ independent? He's not independent.
Russ, I don't think.
But he probably has like a super good deal, and where he brings in so much more of his.
Yeah, money. It's probably on his terms. Definitely on his terms, I would assume.
Nothing. Nas, I don't know where Nas made money from.
Nas has a lot of investments.
See, that I don't know, but I just don't know.
So Nas, for example, is heavily invested in.
He had that deal that everyone went crazy about it. How did he get like a $2 billion deal?
Yeah,
or some
there's
shit?
that. He's part of that.
I remember that.
Which alcohol is he part of? Oh, I forget. Top of the head. Remember the Hennessy.
Oh, he's part of
Nas
Hennessy?
Is heavily invested in Hennessy.
Jeez,
that I remember. I remember the commercial where he's fucking Hennessy in his voice. I remember that shit.
I think DJ Khaled's falling off this list. I think next year he's going to be like in like 17, and eventually he's going to fall off this top.
If
20.
this list included R&B, I know Beyonce would have been borderline at the top.
Yeah,
because her tour revenue has been. She's the first lady to crack $1 billion in tour revenue.
I'm seeing that somewhere.
Tour revenue, say less.
R&B. Who else would be there if I was to include R&B? I don't know. No one knows.
I don't know who else.
Chris Brown. I'm surprised Chris Brown's not. Chris Brown needs some good financial advisors because he's been in like the music game since he was 16.
His name is just too tarnished.
No, but people have forgiven him for that.
Unfortunately, his name will remain tarnished in terms of doing business with him, I suppose.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, you don't want to be like, we're in business with Chris Brown.
You know, exactly. You can't publicly have.
Like you can say, we were cool
Chris
with
Brown
him.
be the face of many things,
that's
right?
True.
I wanted to get into the list to like read the details, but that's gonna take way too much time.
I'm surprised Snoop's not on this.
Yeah, that's a little surprising.
Snoop
would have some shit that should get him on this list.
I keep on thinking. I know we're trying to get off this list, but I keep on thinking of
that's a good point.
Oh well.
I can't think of any more.
I thought Rick Ross was it can make sense why Rick Ross is not there. And he has his name's tarnished too.
That was the name.
Rick
Ross. Why isn't Rick Ross on this list?
Because this line, I put Molly in her drink and she ain't even know it.
Fuck.
That line fucked up his money so much.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, Reebok dropped him because of that line.
Yeah. Say less. I think that's a perfect time to move on to our new music report.
Yes.
Let's get into it. So we had a couple of projects that dropped.
A few shit, actually.
This past week or last week, I suppose. Wale, Free Lunch.
I gave this one a listen.
Third EP of the year.
Everyone cannot say I hate on this guy too much.
Talk about it.
Out of the 4 tracks, was 4 tracks on it?
5 tracks.
I did not like one of them, and that was the last one. Yeah, it was pretty good actually.
Which one? I don't remember the last one.
I remember what it was. I didn't give it like one listen. I listened to the Cole track a few times. It was all in all, it was a good track. It made me say, I remember why I liked Wale. But this was not like his albums. And you gotta admit, it was not like his album.
No, his albums have been really good. His album, everything that Wale has done has been good.
His last album?
What was the name of it again?
The one with the guy, with the kid holding the disc that looked like the world. I can't remember what it looked like.
And the one, Shine?
Yeah, I think it was Shine. It wasn't. You can't tell me this was better than Shine.
I mean, yeah, this was better than Shine, but Shine was still a hit.
No, it wasn't.
In my opinion.
Yeah, it was. In one
Shine still bumped. Summer on Sunset bumped. Album About Nothing bumped.
That was the last album I bumped.
Gifted,
that I liked from
bumped.
him. Yeah, that one
Ambition
bumped. Yes,
bumped.
Ambition was amazing.
All that shit bumped in my eyes.
You're just a stan. So everything you want to say is bumped.
Let's talk about J. Cole real quick, man, because that My Boy track.
Yeah, that was a heavy track. I enjoyed it.
Yo,
I brutally enjoyed that track.
Salute to Mouse Jones. He tweeted something.
Jeez.
He said J. Cole's features are better than J. Cole's KOD this year.
You know what? You might have to.
Let's ask that question, man. Let's ask that question to the group. To the viewers.
You out there? You hear it?
What do we think, man? What do we think? Is KOD better or is J. Cole's features better this year? I think you just can't fight fire with fire. I think it's as simple as that. I think they both have been bananas. I think KOD is a top 3 album of this year, top 5, worst case scenario. I think when it's all said and done, the longevity of KOD is going to last a long time.
I don't think so.
I think back when we look at it, like, remember...
and I'll tell you why. I'll just tell you why I don't think it will last a long time.
Because it's more timely?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I don't think it will last a long time.
But I think a concept album always gets love.
It will get love.
Think about Logic's album. Remember that Spaceship album? Whatever that shit was called?
Something Lost Time or some bullshit.
Great album.
Yeah.
Because it had a concept to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's an album that will always have replay value because even 10 years down the road, you're like, oh man, I want to play that space shit again. And you'll play it from top to bottom. I think KOD has that same potential impact to it. Right?
I will give you that, but I
get what you mean though. I absolutely get what you mean. Because
of the two, it was too new school. That's the only reason why I feel like it won't have as much replay value as his older stuff. Like, I still think Truly Yours will have more replay value than KOD.
Maybe.
But it was a good album all in all.
J. Cole might be the currently the best featured artist in the game right now.
I'll give you that. He has that Lil Wayne lighter thing right now.
He had the bass verse. He had the verse on something we're going to talk about as well, the Black album or Six Lack.
Oh yeah,
the Black album sounds like I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Six Lack.
He had that verse. He had this verse with Wale. He had what else did he have?
He had
this
that
year?
one on Uzi's. I'm playing.
Oh, you tripped me off for a second.
See your reaction.
Yeah, you tripped me off for a second. I was like, what the fuck are you talking
about? I was thinking so hard. Like, yo, Uzi and Cole, I didn't hear it.
I was like, what? But no, he had some motherfucking tracks this year.
Cole's back.
He might be like, I'm trying to think who would be a featuring artist that's even up there.
Drake.
Uzi has some motherfucking features.
But Drake's just because of the Drake name.
Drake comes hard on every
feature. And that Sicko Mode really like put him on that list.
Drake does come hard on every feature.
The Lil Baby feature. I'm talking like Lil Baby feature on Drake on the Lil Baby.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Drake. Drake is definitely up there in terms of one of the best featuring artists.
Gunna. I give it to Gunna. I don't think he's Cole's level.
I mean, obviously not yet.
But I think Gunna on the feature always makes me like. I can see if I'm looking at a track listing and
Gunna feature. Yeah, you're right.
And I see Gunna, I'm like,
you're right. A Gunna feature is some shit for sure that you have to listen to.
Yeah. I still think Cole and Drake do have the best features this year so far. Right?
Oh, for sure.
Top.
For sure. So let's pose the question out there to the viewers. Who is currently the best featuring, quote unquote, artists in the game?
I'm giving you my answer right now.
Let's hear it.
Future. Because of one verse. La-di-da-di-da. Chitty chitty bang. Murder everything. That's all I got to say, though. I do agree Cole is one of the best right now in the game.
Kendrick, low-key, is a great featuring artist.
He hasn't featured in a while, though.
That is true.
Because I was going to say Kendrick, but I'm like, he hasn't featured in a while.
That is true.
J-Rock was the last time he did a feature.
Very true. No, Kendrick was on.
Let me hear it.
It's slipping my mind. It's slipping my mind. The Bass shit.
He was?
He was on there. Spit a hot verse as usual. That's Kendrick being Kendrick. We're not going to deep dive into that. So Wale, Free Lunch.
I rate this. I rate this.
Good project. You have a rating. I don't.
No. I mean, like I rate it. Like I give it a good. Like I respect it.
Really good project for sure. His third EP of the year. He hasn't missed. He hasn't missed in 2018.
I'm going to listen to his other 2 EPs now after this. I said I'm going to listen to those.
Hey, there we go.
But this has given me Wale, my Nigerian brother. Keep it up.
Yo, let's move on to that 6 Lack.
Ooh, 6 Lack came
Black
hot.
East Atlanta Love Letter.
Hot.
You got to be in a mood to listen to this, though.
Oh, yeah. I tried to listen to the first time. I went like 2 tracks. I'm like, no, it's not the right mood.
I'm not going to lie. That's the same thing that happened to me. I played the first 30 seconds. I was like, yeah, you got to be in a mood, and I'm not in this mood right now. So I pressed pause. Fucking hours later, I was like, you know what?
Now is the time.
Now is the time. Good project.
You know one thing?
Good project.
So Future is on the 3rd track.
Is he? I didn't realize.
Oh, because you don't look at track listings.
That is true.
Well, I was going to try and I was like, oh, Future. So I'm like, okay, 3rd track. It's got to be a hard-hitting track at least. Future talking about his drug addiction.
Yeah, he was on there. I do remember that now. Yeah, you're right.
And so I'm like, all right, 1st track goes in. I'm like, yeah. 2nd track goes in. I'm like, okay, 6 Lack. I'm like, 3rd track, Future's on it. It's the slowest song on the album.
That surprised me too. I do remember saying that in my head.
Future song.
I do remember saying that.
I thought it was gonna be a hype song with Future. I just thought that was funny.
Listen, man. I don't have much to say about it. Because we know what we're getting from Black when he releases a project. You pretty much know what you're going to get from him. It's going to be good music. It's going to be great music for a certain mood.
Yep.
What I will say for me, some standout tracks, I really liked Pretty Little Fears.
That was a good track.
That was the one with J. Cole. I like the song called Switch.
I think it's time to buy Yamaha.
That was the single, of course, that came out back in June. I really like Balenciaga Challenge with Offset.
The one with Offset? Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good track. And then I like Scripture as well. And that was more like a first listen, like, oh, these tracks stood out to me. But again, overall, just a really good project.
He has a big following too in Toronto. I went to his concerts.
He does.
In Toronto, it was sold out, packed.
I damn near thought the guy was Canadian. Packed. Put it that way.
He's big in Toronto, surprisingly.
Put it that way.
I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be 10
Well, the thing is, and I'm not going to take away anything from Black, but, we can't deny the Weeknd's influence to some degree on today's R&B.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You gotta have some sort of pop.
It's almost like a darker, like with Weeknd, and I'm not talking about like super label Weeknd. I'm talking about like Weeknd coming up.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dark R&B.
It is.
Right? I don't know how to perfectly categorize the category yet, but it's almost like dark R&B. Black has dark R&B to him, right? So it doesn't surprise me that his following in Toronto is as big as it is because, of course, Weeknd is Canadian. Weeknd's from Toronto.
At his concert, it was just basic. It was just a black sign or light. I forgot what. It was just a board behind him. It just said 6 Lack in fire, and it was just him wearing all black. Like, it's so super dark, super big. I'm not here to put on a show.
No theatrics. I'm just here to let you guys hear my shit.
Exactly.
And show you why I'm fire. So shout out to Black. East Atlanta Love Letter. Very good project. That's something I could definitely see being in my rotation. What else came out this week?
Killy dropped. Yo, shout out to Killy. He's from Toronto.
Shout out to Toronto. Killy. What I really liked about this, because I didn't listen to this, I'll be honest. I'm not hating on Killy. I've never heard it.
It's fine.
I have an assumption. Tell me if I'm wrong first about this. Is Killy like a Lil Skies?
No, as in like Lil Skies does more rapping than Killy does. Killy's kind of like an Uzi, but like a one-tone Uzi. But he uses
okay.
Like his production carries him for sure.
That's kind of what I mean with Lil Skies. Like Lil Skies is tailor-made for shows.
Yeah, Killy's made for shows.
That's what I'm saying. His song, like, and we talked about this with YBN the mixtape. Tailor-made to perform.
Yeah, because all these songs are high energy songs. Like you want to be like jumping with these songs. And that's how Killy is. Killy gives you like high energy songs. Like,
and that's what I see with like a Lil Skies as well. It's like just tailor made to perform. And for me, it's like I just don't like tailor-made to perform type of songs. It's just not.
I get you.
It's not me. It's not my vibe, right? Like again, there is a time and a place for it.
Yeah,
and that's why I didn't check this out.
But that's the thing. Like, Killy's not something I'm going to listen to like every single day. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I feel like I have an energy in me. I just want to like nod my head. That's why I go to a Killy. That's what he is. And I don't know how to explain this whatever it was, an EP, maybe only 5 tracks or 4 tracks.
EP, let's call it, whatever.
It's just hype tracks. Like there's no rhythm to the album. There's just
okay. So I mean, the fact that it's only 5 tracks or 4, whatever, I can fuck with it. I'll play it. I'll give it a play. I'll give it a play. But what I really liked about it, what I really liked about this album coming out or EP for Killy is that when I was checking the Twitter timeline, and all of these different outlets were saying, "Oh, new music releases this week." And these aren't Canadian focused lists. These aren't Toronto biased lists.
This is just worldwide.
Killy was on there.
Killy's huge.
You know what I'm saying?
He's he's a
like
festival
that.
artist.
Exactly. He's a festival artist, and I really like the fact that...
And he's beefing with Lil Xans.
Yeah, I heard that. Actually, didn't he pull up on him?
He did in Montreal.
I do remember that. Lil Xan's done rapping. He said after his contract with Columbia, he's done rapping.
You should fucking go rapping right now. No one's trying to look for Lil Xan.
Contract, baby. Contract.
You think that second album was going to come out? He has no following. His last album was dirt trash. I even tried giving him a little bit of an ounce of listening. Yeah.
I think I tried too, and it was just so trash.
I got like 2 seconds. I'm like, yo, this guy sucks. He's just a white guy, rich guy that end up with money.
Yeah, I can't do it. But shout out to Killy, man. Shout out to Toronto at all times.
Put Toronto on the map. For sure.
And now you're gonna move on to my cousin here,
Calvin Harris. See, I don't know what it was because it was like a combination of 2 albums.
I mean, it's typical Calvin Harris shit. It's compilations.
Yeah, that's much what it was. But like they had different names. Like first half of the album was named something. Like it said the album name.
You're trying to get his Blueprint 2 on? Is
the other
the
one
Gift and the Curse?
The other like the bottom half had like number 7 on them. Every album name had 7, and some tracks had like it was just weird. It was a bunch of like 20 something tracks.
Who knows?
I only listened to like 2 tracks from there.
Fair enough.
3 tracks actually. The reggaeton tracks, the one with J Balvin. Because I don't know. I feel like that's where Calvin Harris shines the best.
Why not?
And then he had one song with Steve Aoki, Molly Mall, G-Eazy, and Lil Uzi. And that was probably the only track involved.
If I read that on a list, I'm not really checking for that.
But I only check because of Lil Uzi.
I know.
To be honest. Like, if Lil Uzi wasn't on that, I would have been like, nope.
Word.
And G-Eazy, it was a really good song until G-Eazy came on. I feel like he ruined the... Uzi has energy.
Yeah, like Uzi knows how to...
Uzi came with that energy, and then G-Eazy comes with his monotone. Yeah, I fucked that good. Oh, what's that song?
No limit, I'm a fucking soldier.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the song had energy.
I'm about to drive a fucking Range Rover.
I'm a fucking soldier. Like, yo, that doesn't give me any energy.
Yeah.
But anyway, tell us about Noname.
So Noname, Noname dropped an album.
Tell me on Noname. Why should I listen to this album?
Album is called Room 25.
Oh, listen to it already.
Now, I am going to preface all of this by saying I've never heard of Noname. I don't know what Noname is about. I don't know Noname's sound.
Honestly, Noname and No Frills.
But oh damn. And Fortinos.
Fortinos doesn't carry No Name. It's Irresistible and President Choice.
No.
Oh no, they do have No Name.
Absolutely, they do.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
No Frills is Fortino's discount brand.
No, but Fortinos has President Choice too.
They do have PC as well. Very true. But Noname comes out with a project.
For a quick sec.
The timeline, I know, super Canadian for a second. The timeline is singing nothing but high praises.
Okay.
For this Noname album.
Is it R&B?
I'll get to that in a bit.
Is it a group?
I don't even know. I'll get to that in a bit. I'm in a Facebook group that I really respect this Facebook group because they talk a lot of music stuff and they really just, it's beyond the SoundCloud rap type of shit. Like they talk like real music shit. And they're singing the highest praises for Noname. And I'm like, okay, so let me check this Noname shit out because I ain't never heard of Noname until today. Right?
Like I said, the only time I heard Noname is No Frills.
Word, right? So at first, it sounded decent. It had good sound to it, right? So to me, it reminded me of like that lo-fi mellow beats type of sound. And shout out to anyone that knows on YouTube to search lo-fi hip hop as you're studying. Shout out to them.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that shit. So it gave me that feel immediately, right? So I'm like, you know what? I fuck with it. Right away, I fuck with it because it fits that category, right? Now, I'm only basing things off of sound. I've never heard of Noname. There's no disrespect. I didn't study the lyrics. I didn't really even hear the words. I'm not going to lie. But it reminded me a lot, and I spoke about this when this came out. I think I'm trying to think of our timeline of how long we've been recording. 16. No, I don't think I talked about this. But Jean Grey came out with an album in March. I did, right?
You didn't.
I didn't. Okay. Jean Grey came out with an album in March 2018. It's called Everything Is Fine. Now,
we just started.
I know Jean Grey as a lyricist.
Oh, no,
I think I did bring it up.
I think you brought up an album of the year talk, or you brought up like quickly. Like it wasn't like we didn't
definitely
have a full
not album of the year.
We didn't have a full conversation.
Yeah,
on
I think I did mention it, but nonetheless, it gave me that sort of vibe. And what I mean by that is, I expect lyricism from Jean Grey, but on Everything Is Fine, she kind of tried something else. And it was like it just wasn't straight. I wasn't straight barring you to death. But I was doing a little bit more creativity in my music, right? Now, again, Noname, I've never heard about. I don't know if Noname sings. I don't know if Noname raps. I don't know if Noname is a group or if it's an individual. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know if Noname is a guy or a girl. I'm going to be dead ass.
Fair enough.
I'm going to be dead ass.
Fair enough.
But when I hear it, I hear a lot of Jean Grey, Everything Is Fine, to some degree.
Okay.
Now, I briefly skimmed Noname's first album called Telephone that came out in 2016 because I wanted to get a feel. Okay, your second project, what are you doing in comparison to your first project?
Did you grow? Are you the same person? Like,
exactly.
Did you change? Like, did you try something new?
Now, before I even get to the first album, the second album, the new album, Room 25, it did give me sort of that jazz vibe. Not in a sense of the beats and the influence, although it also has a jazz vibe in terms of beats and influence. But it gave me a jazz vibe in a sense where, you know, when you listen to jazz, there's no, let's call it no structure.
Yeah, that's the whole point of jazz. It's a freestyle.
Exactly,
much.
Right? It's kind of just like, okay, we're going to transition from that to that. Mm-hmm. We might throw a few words in at a minute and 41 seconds into the song. We're going to throw in 3 words. And then we're going to ride the beat for the rest of the song or whatever, right? And it just changes. There's a lot of transitions within the songs. No formal structure. It's not just like intro, verse, hook, verse, end. It's not that.
It's whatever you want.
That's what this album was to me.
Okay. I respect that.
Right? So it had that jazz vibe to it from that perspective. But again, I listened to the first album. The first album did sound a little bit more structured. It sounded a bit more intro, hook, bridge, transitional beat, back to another verse. You know what I'm saying? It had a little bit more consistent structure to it. And my hot take is this. And let me ask you this question, because this is almost the same thing that made Astroworld really good, in my opinion. Can creativity go too far where it starts to hinder your product?
Yes.
Can we think of any example? I almost put Childish Gambino in the same category.
I would do that.
You know what I'm saying? I really liked Awaken My Love. That's the album name, right? Yeah. I really like Awaken My Love. But then when before the cartoon video dropped for Summer, what was it called?
Summer Love or something like that.
So when I heard the 2 songs that Gambino came out with,
I wasn't feeling those.
I said to myself, I loved Awaken My Love. But now you're trying to get too creative. Now you're trying to get too creative with these songs, and I'm not feeling these songs as much as I was when you maybe weren't trying to be as creative, right? I think there's a certain point. Travis Scott got it right.
Yep.
Gambino got it right with Awaken My Love. And I'm not hating on Noname, Room 25. I think it was a good sounding project. I definitely have to give it a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th listen to truly give my opinion on it. But off of first listen, my ears were saying to me, I like this, but it's a little bit too creative. And I hate that I'm even saying that, because it's like, well, am I trying to say don't get creative?
Example. And someone we talked about, Eminem. His album Relapse. Yes, Relapse. It was his first album after his drug addiction.
Okay.
And he went like, Eminem was known for his accents and his.
You know what's funny? And he talked about that in the Sway interview. I didn't listen to Relapse.
Yeah,
but he talked about it in Sway. He's like, "Oh man, I realized it was trash. I was doing so many voices and." So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that's actually what I was saying. I like the album because of the creativity and using his accents and making stories based off like different accents, different people. But a lot of people didn't like it. There's like way too much accents. Like we get, you're creative with your word and you can make accents and do different stuff with it.
But now you're doing a little bit too much.
Too much, yeah, exactly. Like Curtain Call was okay. We don't mind one track on an album, 2 tracks on an album, not a whole album of one guy's rushing.
I think that's
the other guy, and that's my example of.
I think that's a really good example. I absolutely think that's a really good example. So again, with this Noname Room 25 project, first of all, go listen to it because it is a good project.
I'll give it a listen.
Right, it is a good project. It is something that I do anticipate being in my rotation. So I completely understand that. But again, what I will say is off of first listen, because I'm newly being introduced to Noname. I haven't studied Noname yet, but newly being introduced to Noname, the first project at first listen sounds a little bit better than the second project. So let's see what actually ends up happening. But nonetheless, Room 25 by Noname is a good project. Go listen to that. Yeah, nothing but love for that. Nonetheless, just wanted to make sure we do have a discussion about it. Now let's get into what is in your rotation. Now this is of course a regular segment that we like to have here. Like to let the viewers know what we're listening to. I want to make this interactive, man.
I don't know. Let's know what's in your rotation.
I want to make this interactive. Let us know, viewers, what the fuck is in your rotation, so we can possibly add it to our rotation. And once it makes our rotation, you're definitely getting a shout out. So shout out to you in advance. Shola, what is in your rotation?
All right. I'm going to start from Friday because that's when new music came out. I bumped Free Lunch, like I said. Killy. Other than that, I've really been bumping Zoo a lot. I don't know why.
Fair.
But my drive home now takes about an hour. So I have enough time to listen to the whole album. East Atlanta Love Letter. This Toronto artist, Lil Barrett.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
He came out with the tape finally. Bumped that shit.
Still in your rotation. That's sick then. Still in your rotation? Okay.
And then again, it's just Hip Hop Central. It gives me a little bit of everything. Because again, all the time I listen to music when I'm driving. Word. So I don't have time to. If I don't have an album set,
check and scroll.
I'm not trying to scroll through someone's album to look for a certain song. I just put a Hip Hop Central.
Yo, I hate when that happens. Like I'll be driving, like I'll be getting ready to drive, like just turn on my car and shit, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know what album I want to listen to because I don't do the playlist shit. Yeah. Right. So I'm like, fuck, I'll just throw this on, and then it's not my vibe, and I'm like, okay, now I'm searching.
And you're driving,
and then I try
not to get stopped by the cops at the same time,
and then I just fall into the same music over and over again.
Yeah, that's why I always end up with Zoo or what's it? Zoo or whose album was it? Zoo or Juice WRLD. That's what always happens. I'm like, I don't know what to listen to.
But is Zoo like a go-to right now?
Zoo is a really good. Okay, I've listened to it probably 3 or 4 times this week.
Oh, I rate that. Home. I rate that.
I really like this album. Like, I relate to the album.
It's a good album, man. It's a good album.
Lil Barrett's up there.
What else? Anything else in the that's kind of all in the rotation this week?
This was a slow week. Long story short, I'm not in the same place where I can listen to music the same way I could before. So my music consumption has sort of decreased. Yeah.
Now, what is in my rotation?
Juice WRLD, Lil Pump, Lil Yachty, a Smokepurpp.
I haven't heard a Truth yet. Of course that Free Lunch by Wale is there. Specifically the My Boy J. Cole freestyle. My boy. That's a fucking banger. That's gonna be so much in my rotation. It's scary. What else is in my rotation? For Your Eyes Only came back in my rotation. J. Cole.
Because you listen when you listen to a feature. It's like my Man on the Moon came back in my rotation because of Kids See Ghosts.
So For Your Eyes Only, the title track I think is gonna go down as one of J. Cole's best songs ever. The title song For Your Eyes Only.
Oh yeah. That's a big track. That was one of my favorite tracks.
Oh, that storytelling is so unmatched.
Whole storytelling is underrated.
You know what track I'm on, and The entire album. First of all, I'm back on Aminé's 1.5.
I need to listen to that shit.
Back in my rotation. Let me tell you, haven't listened to it at all?
I listened to like 3 or 4 tracks. It came on Hip Hop Central.
Did you hear that track, Reel It In?
That's the one that's on Hip Hop Central. I listened to that track.
Yo, if I tell you like the amount of times, you know when Spotify comes out with your end of year playlist?
Reel It In will be up there.
Reel It In is on that list already.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what's on my end of the year playlist.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what like my most played
It's going to be sick this year. I can't wait for my Spotify 2018 most played songs. That could be sick.
I'm going to say it on the podcast. You're going to get like my top 10 for sure.
What else is back on my list? As usual, Victory Lap, man.
Victory Lap never left.
The replay value on that, every week I say it, it's just so insane. And the Never Story by JID, like that replay value is bananas.
Is that his first album or
That's the first album that came out in 2017.
And he has one after that too, right?
No, that album is still supposed to come out this year.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
So yeah, I'm waiting for that new JID. What else is in my rotation? Like you said, man, it's been a slower week for music for me in terms of music consumption. Rather You Than Me, Rick Ross. That's always gonna make the playlist.
I remember you playing that.
Fuck, what else is on the playlist right now? I mean, Milky Way by Bass still on the playlist. KOD obviously still going to get a couple tracks here and there. I've been bumping again Apologies in Advance by Sylvan LaQ. I have that as a top 5 album for me this year. That will not change. That's actually a top 2 for me. That was a top 3 for me. Ooh. It was Apologies. Yeah, I'm not going to get back into what it was. If Uzi drops
something, you think it's going to change?
No.
You think Wale drops an album?
No. Again, concept, man. I love the idea of concept. That's why I love KOD. That's why I loved 444. I loved Everything Is Love.
Jay-Z drops 2 out of nowhere albums.
He would never do it.
Sylvan LaQ's dropping?
Yeah, he would drop though.
I'm just fucking with you.
No, of course.
But yeah, that's like a great.
That's straight bias at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, you're dropping. Sorry. But no, Apologies in Advance by Sylvan LaQ. I'm going to a show actually at the end of the month.
Jeez.
So I'm getting myself ready. Ready with his music. Just going.
Okay, enough said.
Getting his rotation right. I got to get Florida Man mixtape in my rotation
Florida
too.
Man.
But of course, Apologies in Advance is more of his conceptual stuff, whereas Florida Man is more just beats and bars, right? What else is in my rotation? Let me check my search. You know when you check your recent search on Spotify?
Rotation. Pass the Dutchie to the
My recent search is trash. On Spotify, it says Wale, Logic, Jean Grey, because I had to look it up for the podcast. Noname, because I had to look it up for the podcast. Black, because it just came out. Young Thug, because I felt like listening. Don't you go to
new releases?
I do, but it's never accurate, in my opinion.
How it tells you what came out that day,
but not always.
It doesn't tell you everything that came out though.
Sometimes it's still showing Astroworld for Christ's sake, bro.
All right, yours is fucked up then.
I don't even know.
I gotta show you where new releases is. Like, it shows albums.
What else is in my search? Fucking Cardi B's in my search for some reason.
I'm sad, yo. I told you.
I have no idea why Cardi B's in my search. Let me check my title search. My recent searches on title are Black, Wale, because I like to bump them on title, make them get a little bit more money.
Yeah, goes on Spotify. Make sure they're on Spotify, and then go to title.
What's funny? If I'm at home where I don't have to stream it, where I don't have to waste data, I'll go on Spotify first, download it, so I know it's there. Then I'll go on title and listen to it.
And then use your Wi-Fi. And then if you're in the car, you use Spotify.
Exactly.
It's already downloaded. Can't you download it takes more room on title, right?
I can download it on title as well. It's not that it takes more room. It's just I don't use, title's not my main app.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Right? So I'm not going to have a list on there other than the entire Jay-Z collection because it's not on Spotify.
Yeah, that was smart of Jay-Z.
Watch the Throne is on my recent search. I was in a Watch the Throne mood.
On fucking Spotify, and it pisses me off.
I was definitely in a Watch the Throne mood. One of these days.
I was in a Watch One a few weeks ago.
I searched specifically Renegade by Jay-Z and Eminem.
Because
Kamikaze, probably?
Yeah, it's Kamikaze.
Boss, Everything Is Love, Minaj, Astro World, Lo-Fi Chill, 6ix9ine, Travis Scott, Dro Hef, New York artist. He was on Need to Know podcast. Shout out to him. And then I searched late night jazz and New Orleans jazz. Awesome. Don't ask me why. But
I wasn't going to.
That is in what's wow, I can't even talk. That is what is in my rotation.
You got segment
Yo, we need a segment sound, but I don't know what sound to look up.
When
but
was the ESPN? Oh, for sports.
I couldn't find that either. Surprisingly,
they probably like trademarked that or
something.
Some bullshit.
Nonetheless, that is actually going to bring us to the end of our music potpourri segment. Let's get into our sports report, man.
Sports report.
Shout out to Naomi Osaka.
Shout out to her.
First of all, she might be my new favorite tennis player.
Nah, it's still Serena Williams for me.
It's definitely
I ain't
Serena.
like her antics, but I still
female tennis player, of course.
I still.
It's got to be Naomi for me now, man, because she's like 20-year-old black. Powerful.
Yeah, let's not forget the black part. I thought you were going to say she's black. I'm like, yo, she's half black and we
beat
claiming
the brakes off Serena.
Yo, she slammed her.
Come on.
She slapped her.
Come on. That alone makes me my favorite female tennis player now.
Yeah, and she's half black. Let's not forget that. She's half Haitian.
I'm calling her black. She black. She said she grew up in a Haitian household.
Yep.
She just happens to also be half Japanese.
She did grow up in. She did move from like Haiti when she was like 5, and she lived in Japan
but
the rest of her life.
She definitely identifies more with her black side than her Asian side.
Shout out to her, man.
And again, it's not to create a war between the two, but just like we call J. Cole black,
and we call Drake black.
Drake is black. Naomi Osaka's black. I think that's fair to say.
Michael Jackson black.
Right? Damn. Anyways, so Naomi Osaka signed.
Yo, I heard she had a crazy deal.
A historic deal with Adidas.
I need to hear these numbers.
Now, I want to put this in perspective, right? I want to talk about her current contract. Because her current contract expires December 31st.
With Adidas?
With Adidas. So Osaka's current 4-year deal with Adidas is worth about $100,000 a year. Now, mind you, she's a 20-year-old tennis star with career earnings of $3 million until she earned $3 million for beating Serena.
Yeah, because you
just put that in perspective. It's not like exactly. It's not like she was a big name. She's obviously a up and coming name.
Oh yeah,
but 20 years old, Adidas not going to throw the bank at you yet. Now they are. So Naomi Osaka, I'm going to read the article here. This is from the New York Post. Just to give some context to it, Naomi Osaka, the 20-year-old tennis sensation, who last week, fuck you, New York Post, for this, who last week became the first Japanese player to win the U.S. Open.
Shut the heck up.
I'm going to correct that. Who last week became the first Haitian player to win the U.S. Open, and I'm not fact-checking that. She's cashing in on her success. So with her first Grand Slam title, so for those that don't know, in tennis, they have 4 Grand Slams per year.
Oh, 5.
No, 4 per year.
So who has 5?
Probably golf.
Maybe.
Anyways, Osaka is close to signing a deal with Adidas that would make her... Now, I want to pause on this sentence really quickly here. Osaka is close to signing a deal with Adidas that would make her Adidas' highest paid female athlete.
Oh damn!
Period.
Who was her female? Who was her highest paid? Who was her highest paid?
I don't know.
Athlete before this.
I have no clue because the Nike probably has everyone, right? Nike has your Candace. Like Nike, think about all the female names that like Nike has your Serena Williams, Nike has your Candace Parkers, Nike has everyone.
Maya Moore,
everyone. So now Adidas has motherfucking Naomi Osaka.
Yo, they just ran to that shit. Like, yo, we don't even care. One win, yo, we're taking it.
I can't, like, this is like, you know when an NBA player gets that max deal immediately?
Like, after one season?
This is that times infinity. So,
legit.
$10 million per year. And this, okay, I'm reading this in like real time. And I'm reacting as I'm reading. So I apologize for the listeners. That are listening to me chop up this motherfucker.
Trying to hear the damn info.
I know, they're just trying to hear the info. So the deal could be worth up to $10 million per year and may result in the richest endorsement deal ever signed in women's tennis.
Which is Serena Williams.
Now, I want you to understand, women's tennis includes Serena Williams, Venus Williams, Maria Sharapova.
She ain't shit no more.
Just think about endorsements. Just only think about endorsements. Maria Sharapova was that motherfucking person to endorse all your shit.
Until PEDs.
Again, I'm not talking about today's relevancy. I'm saying ever, right? We're talking about the richest endorsement deal ever signed in women's tennis. Maria Sharapova at her prime. This deal is more than that. Serena Williams. this deal is more than that. This endorsement deal. Venus Williams. This endorsement deal is more than that.
I feel like all that's still time relevant though, because
it is time relevant because inflation.
Like 10 years ago they were not signing 10 million. The highest was 8 or whatever.
So put it this way. But
I do get I do respect her for getting the highest.
Put it this way. So LeBron makes $35 million a year, right? Let's say a rookie. Let's say Donovan Mitchell just got a $40 million contract. Aren't you going to be like, whoa?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Definitely.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when Mike Conley. We're gonna go too deep into that, but nonetheless,
I do get what you're saying. I do respect that she's the
richest endorsement deal ever. That's it for a 20-year-old that only won 1 Grand Slam.
I think they just wanted to capitalize early on her.
Yeah. So I think Adidas is definitely shooting the shot. But in addition to this, Osaka has also inked a deal with Nissan. It's going to make her a true multicultural athlete. The daughter of a Haitian-born father and Japanese mother, raised mainly in the United States, has become a brand ambassador for the Japanese automaker. The terms of the deal were not disclosed, and she said, growing up, my dad drove a Nissan.
Yeah, for like 2 years probably.
So being able to be a brand ambassador now, it feels like it's come full circle. What else does it say here? She also has endorsement deals with Yonex. I've never heard of them. They make rackets.
I know the logo. They have like that circle and they have like a line.
Nissan Foods. I've never heard of them, but I know what's Canadian girl name? Eugenie Bouchard has that deal with fucking
Crafts.
What is it? It's like Michelina's or some bullshit.
Ew, what the hell?
She also has a deal with, she as in Naomi Osaka, also has a deal with Wow, never heard of them, and Citizens Watch.
Well, you know what? Good for you, Naomi. Get your money when you can.
Yeah, you know what, man? We're going to have to play that motherfucker round of applause. Naomi Osaka, congratulations. Get into the bag. Naomi Osaka. Drop a motherfucking TMV bomb for Naomi Osaka.
And everything spice.
Now, do you have any thoughts about this in general? Do you think Adidas is throwing too much at her? Is this again? I can only think about basketball references. Right?
I think it's too much.
Do you throw that max deal on Zach LaVine, or do you wait until Zach LaVine proves his worth before you throw the max deal at him?
See, here's the thing with Adidas, and Adidas knows it. Adidas knows that if they throw, this is just random numbers. If they say, hey, we'll give you $5 million a year, and Nike comes and say, we'll give you $4 million a year.
4, okay.
People will more likely go with Nike just because of the brand name.
At one point in time, I think it's kind of more parody now, but I think to your example, rather than using Adidas, let's use Puma.
No, I'm using Adidas and Nike.
I don't think that's the case. I don't agree with that, but rookies, I get the point you're making.
I was reading a thing about NBA rookies and their signing contract, and most of them said they will sign with Nike for less than sign with Adidas. And Adidas knows that. That's why they throw more.
You know what? You're right. I'm a little biased towards Adidas.
That's why you are.
So I'm going to try to look at this objectively. Although I do think Adidas is going to be right there, if not already right there. I think you're right. $5 million deal with Adidas or $4.5 million deal with Nike. I'd probably go Nike.
I feel like that's why they went extra high. Like, yo, we got to get her.
I get it.
But I feel like it's too high. Like Eugenie Bouchard. She went to one of the US Open once.
And I'm glad you brought her up.
And where is she now? Like,
trash.
Imagine her making out $10 million. It's a stretch. And the fact that she's half black, so they want to
Jeannie Bouchard annoys me because she could have been decent. She could have been a top 10 perennial. Instead, she came and used her prettiness to get her money and became the new Anna Kournikova.
So that's my only
I'm just leaving it at that.
That's my only view on this. That I just feel like Adidas
too much money, eh?
Yeah, but they wanted her.
But would you let her walk? Because again, you have her until December.
Nah, you don't let her walk, man. There's probably some clause in her contract too that they can drop her anytime. Like these guys that write the contract, they know their shit. Like they're not just going to give you $10 million a year for the rest of your life.
So now you're saying kind of two different things. Adidas threw too much money at her, but at the same time you don't let her walk. So now if I'm
high risk, high reward.
If you're in Adidas shoes, would you have given her 10 million? And obviously we don't know the offers that are there, but you would give her 10 million a year.
Yes.
I agree with that.
High risk, high reward. She ends up becoming the next Serena Williams. You're caking.
And see, that's why I like her a lot. So here's the thing. So Let me make sure I do my motherfucking Googles right before I get some shit wrong. There is an American player in the women's tennis circuit that people thought would have that Serena element to her. Her name is Sloane Stephens, right? She's black, powerful. She could have something. Again, I don't know from a personality standpoint.
Yeah.
But I know from a results standpoint, again, I don't know if she's been to like Grand Slam finals because I don't follow tennis as much as I used to. But I know she's definitely has made quarterfinals, semifinals. Yeah. I know she's been top 10, all those different types of things. So Sloane Stephens was kind of the next Serena, but that quickly came and left.
Yeah.
Naomi Osaka is the motherfucking next Serena.
Like we said, Eugenia Bouchard. Like, just because.
But that exactly that,
it's like
right?
But it's high risk, high reward. If you don't play, you will never win.
That's true.
Nike's gonna come and give her like $2 million. She's gonna sign with Nike, and then next thing you know, she's blowing up. And like, fuck, we could have signed her for 10 and got our money back a year later.
But nonetheless, man, shout out to Naomi Osaka. I agree with you. Money. If I'm Adidas, I throw this money at her as well.
What can you lose?
Let's hope nothing but the best for her, man. I want her to be the face of tennis. I really do.
She possibly could.
On the female side of things, at least, because again, we know Serena is only going to be able to dominate for so long. I truly think Serena is one of the top 5 greatest individual athletes of all time.
Hands down.
Like ever.
Hands
down.
Ever. I would not fight anybody.
So, if we can get another black name, and again, let's not forget, she is the one that corrects reporters and say, stop saying I'm only Japanese. I'm also Haitian, and I grew up in a Haitian household.
Yes.
So
I respect that.
She has that personality already.
She's not saying she's Calabasian.
Right? Yeah, she's not on some Tiger Woods shit. She has that personality already. She has a little bit of momentum to her now. She's been playing well. In fact, a lot of people thought she was going to beat Serena before the match even started because of how well she was playing. So it's not like this is not just a one-hit wonder. This is somebody that has some legitimacy to her. Now you're backed up by a big engine. You've always been backed up by Adidas, but now you're backed up in a bigger way. Now you're a face.
Almost a household
now
name.
You're becoming
on the way to be a household.
Exactly. So I really want that for her, and shout out to her, man. She's only 20 years old. She has the potential to dominate for the next 15 years.
And before we get off this topic, everyone's saying Serena's falling off.
She's not falling off.
She went to 2 finals after having a kid.
For
2 Grand Slam finals. That's not easy.
To me,
she's falling off because she didn't win.
To me, I didn't even want to address that.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
People that watch tennis, people that truly understand tennis, don't even think that for a second.
Good. I heard someone saying on a podcast once, and I was like,
they don't even think that for a second because you got to understand tennis tournaments, especially Grand Slams, are 4 or 5 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? I'm trying to think backwards. Final, semi, quarter, round of 16, 32, 64. Sometimes there's even more.
And so we're talking, if you're lower ranked, you have to play 2 matches before you get to 64.
Right? So we're talking at least 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Right? Now, each tennis match on the women's side, which is much shorter than the men's side, is about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
3 sets?
Right?
Games, 3 games.
So you got to do that 6 times in about 6 days. Yeah.
It's not easy
to get to the final.
8 months ago or what? A year ago?
It's not easy to get to the final. So anyone hating on Serena, you're an idiot.
Go do your homework.
And I definitely spit on your opinion.
I love that pause.
Me too, yeah.
Like, wait for it.
I spit on your opinion about Serena Williams because you don't know what you're talking about. Now, are we done with Naomi Osaka?
I'm done with her.
I think I'm done with Naomi Osaka as well.
See her next Grand Slam.
Until she wins the next Grand Slam. Now, I hope Serena goes on a rampage and just continues to win Grand Slams until she retires.
Serena to win. Like, Serena's just so down. Oh, she hot.
I guess let's leave sports at that.
Yeah,
nothing really else is happening in sport. I don't care about the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL's not.
And it's too early to even talk about it. I guess, like in terms of storylines, it's too early. Sorry, to really address anything.
Football's too.
Half the teams in the league are undefeated.
That's so true, though.
Yeah. So fuck all that sports shit. Let's move on. I guess we're just going straight to the random thoughts then.
Random thoughts.
Now for random thoughts, we wanted to do a couple things.
We did.
We've been saying that we need to use the save feature on Instagram.
Yeah, the bookmark.
A lot more effectively, the bookmark feature. So let's tie our random thoughts into our bookmarks. Now, the bookmarks basically is anything that we see on Instagram throughout the week that we think we want to talk about. We're going to start bookmarking it, right?
Exactly.
Some things will make the show. Some things will not make the show. But let's use that as an opportunity to highlight what we're even saving with people. So random thoughts. I guess what's first? Oh, I got one.
Oh, I had one too. Go.
I got one. This was the funniest shit to me. 6ix9ine doing some 6ix9ine shit.
Every nigga that I fucking started rapping with and blew up this year, 90% of y'all niggas fucking fell off. Fell off already. 90%. I've been successful for 9 straight months, nigga.
I'm gonna stop it there. Is this a new thing in hip hop?
To what?
To brag about being successful for 9 months?
Yo, I'm dead.
Let's really ask that question. Tekashi 6ix9ine just posted a video.
Yo, he's been hot
bragging
for the 9th.
Now, mind you, he is speaking facts. I will give that to him. Right? A lot of SoundCloud rappers have fallen off.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to fucking play that again.
Play it.
Fucking captions. Every nigga that I fucking started rapping with and blew up this year, 90% of y'all niggas fucking fell off. Fell off already. I've been successful for 9 straight months, nigga.
What? Whoa. Okay. Why are you bragging about 9 months?
Yo, 9 months is a long fucking time. You know, that's how long women carry children for.
Oh, facts.
I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
No, you're right.
You're
right. That just completely trumped anything I have to say.
I didn't know why that came to my head.
I have no further comments.
But either way, that's not too bad. You've been hot for 9 months. Nigga, hit me up in 3 years if you're still relevant.
What you got now?
Bad Baby's dropping an album.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's why it's a random topic. End of story there.
Jesus Christ. I'm actually just looking at the album is called 15, so she's on the Taylor Swift wave.
I don't know about you.
It's 15 tracks. I rate that. That's pretty smart. Of course, she's gonna have Yachty on there. We're looking at this live right now.
Asian Doll, Lil Baby.
Okay.
YG. High Dollar Sign. The outro.
I can't believe Ty.
Are those tattoos on her hand real? I know she had tattoos.
I wouldn't be surprised. What
else is in my saved one?
Man, we've been talking about Bad Baby too long.
Yeah, honestly, it was also be a joke about her dropping her album if you're going to listen to it.
Another random thought, man. Offset, you got to stop incriminating yourself, my friend.
But what do you do now?
Yo, fam. He issued a warning to Nicki Minaj.
Yo, fam, Offset, sit your ass down.
He said, every nigga around you gonna feel this smoke. Innocent and all, LOL. See, I'm really on that shit. I'm really on that shit you talking. Don't play around. When I see niggas, I'm not gonna play. Stop incriminating yourself, Offset. What else do we got?
I have none.
Oh my God. I didn't even watch this video, so I don't even want to hear it. But the headline got me. Victoria's Secret model says that she relates to problem. I know you're ready. You can already sense, and I'm sure the listeners can already sense what the fuck is about to happen.
What does she relate to?
Drake's high. Victoria's Secret model says that she relates to problems of women with color.
She white?
Because she's blonde.
Alrighty. And so what else do we have a random thought? I'm not paying this bitch no mind. You know when I say some shit like that, I think I'm going to be,
yeah. I'm gonna leave that out there. Form your own opinion. What else we got? 6ix9ine was punched during a show.
Oh yeah, and then his Treyway.
Yeah, he got punched during a show.
I see that video. That video was funny.
And then the final random thought I wanted to get on
Treyway.
A little bit more serious.
I ain't heard of you.
I want to pay some attention to Ariana Grande real quick. Because she did write her tribute to Mac Miller.
I saw that.
Definitely came from the heart. Ariana's in a bad place, man.
People are not helping.
She's in a bad place mentally. We talked about it last week, she needs as much support as possible, including from the general public, man. Like, again, her show gets bombed. Literally. It was a bombing, right? Or was it?
Yeah, it was a bombing.
Her show gets
in Manchester.
Bombed.
That was fucked, man.
She's a touring artist.
That's fucked.
Where her tour gets bombed. Think about the PTSD associated with that. Enough said. Ex-boyfriend dies.
And they blame you.
Or
they being the public.
Yeah. Shit. You get groped in public.
Oh, that was fucked too.
On a national stage in terms of a televised event.
And she's only like, what, 22, 23?
No, she's 25, man. Stop.
She's 25?
Yeah, she's not a kid no more. She's not a kid no more. She's 25. She's a young woman.
She look hella young.
There's something else on the tip of my tongue that I'm missing. But nonetheless, she's been going through so much shit. And she released her statement, and shout out to her for even coming on the gram to do this. I want to read it because I want to pay her respect. She said, "I adored you from the day I met you.
Oh, thank you.
When I was 19, and I always will. I can't believe you aren't here anymore. I really can't wrap my head around it. We talked about this so many times. I'm so mad. I'm so sad. I don't know what to do. You were my dearest friend for so long. Above anything else, I'm so sorry I couldn't fix or take your pain away. I really wanted to. The kindest, the sweetest soul with the demons he never deserved. I hope you're okay now. Rest in peace."
Yo, drop one of bomb. I don't know what. If you have anything,
just applause. I guess.
Yeah, applause. I don't know what. I think we need to get something to that.
Yeah, I mean, salute to Ariana Grande, man, because again, you're going through a lot of shit right now.
No, it's not. It's hard being.
Yeah, Ariana I mean, Grande. It's fucking hard being Ariana Grande right now.
When you list it out like that, you're like, fuck, like she's going through bare shit.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if I have any other random thoughts. See if we can kind of lighten the mood a little bit. Let me play this just to lighten the mood a bit. While I search for. Yeah. Again, we're lightening the mood. That's all we're doing. Just trying to lighten the mood. I think that's all I have for random thoughts, my friend.
All right, I'm done with random thoughts too.
Yeah.
Get that CCS.
Get that CC. Wait, do we want to talk about the iPhone at all?
You getting
iPhone launch?
You getting any of the new iPhones?
Yeah, I want that XR low key.
Is that the big one?
No, the XR is like the side one. That's the 5C.
Oh, I want the big one.
That's the colorful one.
I want the X big one.
The X
Max?
XS Max.
Yeah, whatever it's called, I want that. I'm not gonna get it because I ain't got $1,500. But
yeah, that looks crazy.
Yeah,
that looks crazy. I guess let's leave it there for random thoughts, man. Let's get into that CCS, that crazy Canadian shit. You know what it is already. It's those eye-raising stories, those what the fuck stories that all have the commonality from being right here in Canada. Now, sometimes it's mad local, and we're very aware of what's going on.
Yes.
And sometimes it's a fucking big country. What is it? The second biggest country in the world? Or are we the first biggest?
We're not the first biggest for sure.
No, we might be the first biggest.
We're not the first.
Bro, none of it in all them motherfucking islands?
We're still not up there.
Is it Russia?
It's like Russia's bigger than us, China's bigger than us, Brazil's bigger than us, United States is bigger than us.
Bro, I'm talking size, geography.
Yeah, I mean, they're bigger
Brazil
than us.
ain't bigger than Canada, my nigga.
I swear,
biggest country, oh, Jesus Christ. Biggest countries in the world, 2018. Russia, then Canada. I know we're second, bro.
I had no idea.
Did you not take a geography class?
I did not. I don't know. I don't care about geography.
Oh, Russia's mad big. I didn't realize that.
Huge.
Holy fuck. Anyways, CCS, crazy Canadian shit. Because Canada is so motherfucking big, second biggest country in the world. Sometimes these stories are just as eye-opening and as eye-raising and as what the fuck to you guys as they are to us. You had one?
Yes. I'm going to start. This Canadian internet provider is going to start getting paid.
I read that one.
For turning in the users who illegally download movies.
This was going to be my CCS too. I opted not to use it, so I'm glad you brought it up.
So, where should I start from? Yesterday or Thursday, after 9-0 decision, the Supreme Court of Canada ruled that internet providers will be able to seek compensation to cover the cost of assisting movie companies in finding the people illegally downloading and distributing their movies. One internet provider, though in specific, was the one that orchestrated it all. I'm not gonna say who it was yet.
I think we know.
Oh, wait, before I think
we know. I didn't read the article, by the way, so but I'm almost certain I know.
I'm pretty sure we all know. Yeah. It all started when a movie company called Voltage Pictures reached out to Blank in hopes that they would share their client information and find out users who were violating the Copyright Act when it came to movies that was produced or that had been produced. This company said they would do it for a price of $100 per hour. Yada, yada, yada. Do you know what the company is?
I'm going to guess Rogers.
It is fucking Rogers.
Of course it's Rogers.
Snake ass, a bitch ass
So
Rogers.
Rogers is, to put it in perspective for the American listeners, AT&T.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, one of them big motherfuckers. I would say AT&T. Yeah.
We really have only two big.
They are AT&T. Yeah, pretty much.
Bell and Rogers, and that's it.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I think you said there, Rogers is going to receive $100 in compensation for every hour that you illegally stream some shit.
No, every hour they work. Where is it? Let me get this number out. Rogers said they would, but we'll come to. Oh wait. $100 per hour of work plus HST. So any work related to getting information,
like labor.
Yeah,
like when you're
like
fixing
work
a car.
Hours. Like, wasn't that lawyers do? Billable hours.
Yeah,
so billable shit like that.
Either way, Rogers is snitching.
Straight snitch, and I had snitch on them, yo. I had snitch on them for you people, guys.
Good thing we're law-abiding citizens. Good thing we pay for Netflix and only use Netflix, and good thing we do not stream ever.
How do we get power in Canada though?
We watch it on the timeline.
You read the timeline. Know what happens on power.
We watch it on the timeline. I'm leaving it at that. We ain't stitching on ourselves.
Justin,
I got a couple CCS stories, man. Let me start off first with the one that's a little bit unfortunate. There was an Ontario cop. And I'll sort of give the timeline first.
I saw this one too.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's too dark. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. There was an Ontario cop. Now, 4 years ago, first of all, let me get the backstory. 4 years ago, there was an 18-year-old young woman, young lady. She was struck and killed on St. Clair Avenue. Of course, that's in sort of midtown Toronto. She was jaywalking, right? Admittedly, she was jaywalking when a pickup truck hit her. Going 55 kilometers over the speed limit.
Holy fuck. On St. Clair, I'm assuming the speed limit on St. Clair will be about 60?
The speed limit was 60.
So 105?
And they were going 115.
115 St. Clair?
Yeah.
Yo, you're wild. And you know how small that street? No, like that street is not... It's not a empty area.
Yeah, you ain't speeding there. So
it's urban.
That's pretty reckless. Now the driver of that vehicle was a constable, Remo Romano. I wonder if he's related to Ray Romano at all.
Relation.
He with York Region Police. He was in an unmarked vehicle. He was the one that was going 115 kilometers per hour. He was the one that struck the woman.
Wow.
He was the one that killed the woman.
Wow.
Now, again, where I'm a little unsure, it says an unmarked vehicle. It also says a pickup truck. So I don't know if it's a random car or if it's a police car that was supposed to be undercover.
Okay, so what you're saying.
So that I don't know for sure. But he claims that he was paying attention to the police surveillance at the time he was driving when he hit her.
I mean, 115.
Now, again, she is jaywalking to play devil's advocate on both sides, but you're going 50 over. And if you're going 50 over and your siren's not on, you're recklessly driving, in my opinion.
I agree.
Right? Now, the case, this is where it gets a little annoying. The case has gone to trial 3 times since the accident.
This should have been a one-time thing.
The first time, the jury was deadlocked.
That means they
didn't come to a decision.
Right?
The second time, they said Romano was not guilty. However, thank God, the Crown appealed the verdict.
Thank you. Who's the Crown?
Don't know. I just know I watched. I've never even watched The Crown on Netflix, but it's probably some shit.
The Crown is a UK show, not Canadian.
The Canada probably took some shit. I mean, we're part of the monarchy, so he probably took some terminology from them. The third trial, thankfully, did find him guilty of dangerous driving causing death. I mean, again, I don't know the legalities, but I agree with that. That's not like manslaughter or murder or nothing like that. So I agree with that. Dangerous driving causing death. Now, over the weekend, or I guess before the weekend, a judge finally sentenced him.
Finally?
Great. He's finally found guilty after the third time. This trial has been going on for 4 motherfucking years. And the judge finally sentenced him.
Tell me what this Caucasian cop got.
The judge sentenced him to 8 months
of playing with kids
for the crime And if I'm not mistaken, he's being released on bail. Yeah. Let's stay silent for that. I'm not even going to really address that any further.
I don't know what else to say, man.
I'm just going to say it is what it is.
I'm going to ask you one question, though.
Go ahead.
If I or you was doing 115 on St. Clair, we struck some girl.
15 years?
Easy. How you think we'll go to trial? From the accident straight to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. 15
just
years.
Saying.
15 years.
And they're just going to make a big deal about how we were speeding.
All I got to say about this motherfucking cop getting 8 months plus bail?
Bruh. Plus bail. Bruh.
Yeah.
He's out on bail. So the man's free technically.
I don't know if he's free yet, but like bail is an option.
Pretty much. And he's probably going to pay it.
That's some bullshit. Anyways, another CCS story. Go. There's 10 very haunted places that you can visit in Canada.
October.
If you dare. Whoa. I don't dare.
I don't.
But I want to quickly highlight some of these.
I don't either.
This is a little just fun fact, right? So there's the Fairmont Hotel in Vancouver.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Pretty normal. Just a hotel, Fairmont. That's a prominent name in the hotel industry. Allegedly, this hotel is home to a ghost called the Lady in Red.
Is the hotel still operational?
Yes. She has been seen by staff. She has been seen by hotel guests.
How are you even going
on there? The 14th floor. Sometimes the elevators.
Why are you there?
I'm good. There's the Boheme restaurant in Edmonton. Now, this is a bed and breakfast restaurant in Edmonton. It has one of the most gruesome ghost stories in Canada. The legend has it that long time ago, a former employee was brutally murdered. Tell me why I'm ever going to go there. Couldn't tell you. Dragged down the stairs, cut up and burned in the furnace, which is still used in this restaurant today.
Why are you going to this place?
People seek thrills for some reason. People have reportedly heard sounds of a head being whacked on the stairs in the nighttime.
I did tripping.
Now, I'm going to read one more of these because I chose not to read all 10 of these because this shit makes me uneasy. This shit makes me uneasy.
It's not close to us, thank God.
There is the Mar restaurant, the Mar residence in Saskatoon. So Mar must have been their last name. It is officially the oldest house in Saskatoon. That's in Saskatchewan, part of Canada, Western Canada. Yeah, the Mar residence was built by a gentleman named Alexander Mar in 1884. While it's now a museum, the house has been home to many families and also once served as a hospital. Also, many ghost stories have been reported there, including an angry man who torments women specifically. Additionally, there's childlike ghosts and other disembodied voices that have been seen throughout the residence.
Fuck that shit, I'm out. Fuck that shit, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a lot of fuck that I'm out. Even as I read that, I'm a little bit uneasy. So I'm going to just play all of our sound clips because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Just put everything together. Let's
do a bunch of sound clips.
That's it. Ooh, shake those ghost fucking bones out of my body.
Hey.
Yay.
What? Psych up to.
You got anything else for CCS?
Actually, you know what? I did. It's going to be hella quick, actually.
Let's do it.
Toronto police are going to be harsher on people smoking in public after it's legalized. According to right now,
I heard that. Yeah.
Right now, there's a little gray area on what you can get arrested for with being called with a little in public.
Well, basically, what it is that it's not even worth the cops $1 in time to arrest you.
Well, then they take in a smoker themselves.
So probably. So what they did was, and I'm sure you're going to get into it, what they did was they now made it worth it.
As of right now, the slated rules for consumption of marijuana coming October 17. As of right now, the slated rules for public consumption of marijuana come October 17th are $1,000 fine for first offense and $5,000 for repeat offenders, but no criminal record.
Yikes. So you heard it here first. Everyone in Canada, be smart.
Still got to keep it.
Be smart.
On the sidewalk.
$1,000 fine if you are caught smoking marijuana in public. $5,000 fine on your second attempt. it's now worth it for a cop to be extra. So keep that in mind. Keep yourself protected. Be smart. And be safe. I think that's all I got.
That's actually all I had for that CCS thing.
I think that's literally all I got. So at that point, man, we gotta cue the motherfucking violins. That is gonna bring us. I didn't find a sound effect for that I'll look for either. But that will, of course, bring us to the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. This does go on record as our longest episode ever.
Yo, that deletion just. Or not, that mishap just messed up the whole schedule.
The viewers, you guys can thank this recording system choosing not to record 30 minutes when we had hella momentum going, and it took us 45 minutes to find that momentum back.
It really did.
But nonetheless, guys, please,
PLS.
Continue that conversation by telling a friend to tell 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 a friend. As usual, guys, 6 degrees of separation.
1-6.
Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris.
You can call me JustShola.
And I guess you just got to tell them that number one rule.
Watch out for them waste youths.
Watch out for the popo, because that's $1,000 motherfucking fine.
Now, we still got time. We got like a month before that.
Yeah, we got a month. Weed is about to be legal in a month in Canada, in the entire country.
You hear that thing where we can't go to the States if you buy weed?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Bullshit? That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
we ain't going to get into
I'm
that.
not even going to. I didn't even get time of
nonetheless, guys, the warm weather seemed to have reared its head for one more week. So stay cool out there.
Stay cool.
Stay cool indoors. You still got to stay warm at night because you can't trust the nighttime in September.
Can't be trusting this weather.
Nonetheless, guys, True North Views podcast. It's episode 21.
Wait. Plug the socials.
I do got to plug the socials at the end too.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, let's get it.
You got to do at the beginning and at the end.
True North Views, man. Twitter, Instagram, at True North Views. TrueNorthViews. Otherwise, man, I'm going to keep it simple. Google us. True North Views podcast, you will definitely find us. You heard? True North Views podcast, guys. Episode 21.
Get
Get it.
Yo.